Yeah.
Do you have a recording?
Yeah, I've put it. It's on 8 different YouTubes. So when it.
Okay, well, I will have a listen. But um, I wanted to tell you that I didn't talk to her, but I did listen in the beginning. I probably you talked to her afterwards.
Mhm.
Oof, she's really crazy. Maybe she should go back. But what was your impression?
In the beginning, like right when I started talking to her, she started like saying, "You have no idea what it's like to hold your father's head up while he's dying and
Yeah, that's
vomiting."
I
And
know.
so she started like laying all that on me, and I was like, immediately my thought was like, "Oh fuck!" Like if this chick kills herself and she's sitting there
No,
telling me
no,
this
no, no.
shit, like, now I'm involved. And so I was like, okay, listen, stop projecting your bullshit on me. I'm going to the audience. I was like, relax, command yourself to relax. I'm like, I'm not going to take this projection. I'm going to the audience. And then I went to the audience. And then immediately, like a fucking 3-year-old child, boom, immediately no more tears. Like immediately.
Yeah, I
So
know.
it's like a typical
It
woman thing, where I was just like, I've
yeah.
seen that before. I was like, fuck this.
No, that like yesterday when she started talking, like the first thing she did was like, "Oh, Jazzy," because this was Jazzy room. Jazzy is oddly gatekeeping her, which is weird because of her room, the whole news got spread around. You know, it was in her room. She and Christy collaborated
Mhm.
and spread that day the whole news, and that's how I knew it. Um, but then Jazz is like, "Be careful, don't trust anyone, don't trust anyone." And then she's like, "Jazzy, I have a recording before I left of this guy called Evan, and she was saying that you were lead poisoned." The first thing she said to Jazzy was that. I was like, "Wow,
That
that's
she
all you have
was
to say, bitch."
laboratory poisoned.
Lead poison,
Oh, lead
lead
poison.
poisoning,
Oh,
LEAD. Yeah, I was and Jazzy was shit starting. It's like, "And Randy called you schizophrenic." And
yeah.
then she was like, "Oh, Randy, why do you want to fuck a schizophrenic girl then?"
Jazzy is one fucking vile creature. Gotta give it to her. She's like,
Yeah, she is.
she's
I
vile.
called her a gorilla yesterday. I told her she's insecure about her black skin, and she's like, "How am I insecure? I cannot be anything other than black." So yeah, that's the issue. You can't accept that.
Well, I have.
Anyone whiter than her, she's like always attacking for no reason. But anyway,
It's kind of funny
um,
how like other guys go into Jazzy's room and then they dote on her and they say, "Oh, Jazzy, I love you, Jazz." Like
I know.
people give her like, because people are so empty inside, they actually use her as like a totem or something.
Yeah,
And it's just dysfunction on dysfunction on stupidity. It's unbelievable.
yeah. It's like maybe she's like the black version of Zach. Right? We have
Dick.
Zach, the cerebral palsy,
Oh.
and we have Jazzy.
But anyways, yeah, we talked to her, and then she says she has restless leg syndrome, and like she can't sleep because like her legs just
Yeah,
like.
bitch. If you overdo your fucking weed, like this is my hypothesis. Is that if you smoke weed every day throughout the whole day, I think at some point your central nervous system is gonna get overused. You know.
Oh yeah, you have to
Yeah.
exercise. I smoke weed just about every day, literally all day.
But you manage well. But you have your moments when you burst into emotional whatever, when you get angry all of a sudden. Like she has that, but she cannot control it. I think it's way more difficult for a woman to regulate that.
Yeah, well, my anger is I'm filming everything. So like if I'm screaming and getting angry, I mean you should realize that it's mostly performative. That like otherwise if it wasn't recording and if I wasn't even talking to people, like I wouldn't intentionally make myself angry. I'm trying to roast people. And I told her I was like the reason I was like tomorrow morning as soon as I I'm up. I'm like, I guarantee you, I will talk to Abby, and she will watch our entire conversation, and that's how pathetic
Okay,
she
I
is.
will.
So I was like, don't worry. I was
No, you
like,
don't
this is
have
a
to.
roast.
I already had my evidence before you did it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean,
You and
I saw the
Almost
room.
audience. We are a collaborating team.
She didn't sound bad last night. Like on the
No, no,
whole,
she says she keeps on saying she's heavily drugged, but the whole incident is apparently she went to the she didn't go to see Diego. She went to see the JFK airport.
she
That's why she took the first class to see the all of a sudden when Diego is there, all of a sudden the whole 40 years she's on Earth in Kentucky, she decided to go see the JFK airport.
that's the reason why she said she went to New York was to see the airport.
New Jersey. Yeah, she didn't go to New York. She all of a sudden ended up there on her heels. But
She
yeah,
was like, she's like, I was telling the police, like, take me to the hospital. They were gonna take me to the hospital because my feet were bleeding. My feet were bleeding, and I'm like, is that because you walked 7 miles in high heels like a fucking moron? She's like, no, I walked 7 miles in high heels because I'm a fucking athlete.
at least
Athlete's feet. Welcome,
that's
Evital.
funny. That's funny. No, she blames the whole attack. Like she said, like the trauma that the Jews have from the Holocaust
Yeah,
is the same like the trauma that we got exiled from whatever.
she kept going on
And
about that.
huh?
She kept going on about trauma, the
Yeah, and
Holocaust, and why can't
she
the
also said that she's
Palestinians
gonna
have it?
monetize on this whole incident. She said, I'm gonna monetize on it. Fuck that.
Well, that's what we were talking to her about. It was me and Kevin. I don't know if you know Mike down in Florida. Anyways, the point is, we were like telling
Which
her
Kevin?
Kevin is Mike Bronstein. I don't know if you know who he is. He's a Jewish
No.
guy. Anyways, the point is, we were consulting with her, and she created a new X account, and she started posting on it live as we were talking to her. So,
Yeah, she wanted to take everything to Twitter.
mhm. Anyways, we convinced her to make it private, and we were like, we need to get you on the Candace Owens show. She she's like,
But
I
it's
fucking
so
hate Candace
disgusting.
Owens. I was like, yeah, but Candace Owens hates the Jews, so like you're the perfect person, and you can actually like maybe help your court case, rebrand yourself, control the crisis, and
She
do it.
can't. She's way too mentally disturbed. She can't do that.
I
She needs.
know.
She's like Britney Spears. You need somebody who manages her. Maybe I can do that, but
Well,
I don't
anyways,
know if I'm like nice enough to keep her in the. I don't know.
I mean, you're just on the opposite spectrum of her. Like you're a Jew hater. Like
I'm not a Jew hater.
you're not. You're in a Jew hate
Um,
room called Usrael with
this
Diogenes
is not this
Spooner.
is not Diogenes' room.
The most ironic thing is Diogenes is the most Ashkenazi looking Jew you'll ever
I
see.
know he's such a Jew. Like he's the most Jewish person I ever met on this app. I'm joking, but I'm not specifically hitting on Jews. That's not the thing.
No, I know. I don't think Diogenes is like a Jew hater
Why do you
per
have someone like
se.
Jews?
I just think he's like a
No,
Nazi, so like that's a
no, he's not
problem
a
in
Nazi.
itself. Really, he says
He's
Sig
not.
Heil all the time.
Yes, so what?
So what? Like, who in their right mind spends time saying Sig Heil?
Oh
Like,
my god.
there's a lot more important things to think about than saying Sig Heil. That's just my opinion.
You're stupid.
I'll admit I've made some bad choices in my life, but I
You
wouldn't say
did.
I'm
You keep on
stupid.
doing that, but it's okay. Yeah. So I saw you put a little short when me and Kate came to your room last night. You had a YouTube link up. You were showing the Princessia was in one room and Diego was in the other. So they're not back together.
I'll be right back. I'm making some coffee, but I was also asking her about
I'm having coffee too.
I was asking her about her video, you know, where she crumbles in the tears in the sheets. And I
Oh
was
yeah, I
like,
want that one.
and I
I
kept
want
asking, I was like,
to please get it.
we were very worried. I was like, we thought that was your suicide video. She's like, oh, I would never kill myself.
I told you she wouldn't. It's just that whole video was
The
her
artist, yeah.
expressing her love
Yeah, and I
to
was like,
her
but don't you
husband.
think? I was like, don't you think you're a bitch for like doxing those people and like showing all their telephone numbers? What the
She
fuck?
doesn't give a shit.
She's like, they weren't telephone numbers. They're like, you know. Anyways, she was like explaining it, and I was just, and I said, you
Oh my
know,
god.
I was like, I thought that was your suicide video. I was like, and I was like, so it's not. I was like, it's an art video, right? She's like, it's an yes, it was an art video.
That's funny. That's asking you. It is an art video.
Yirmiyahu was in the room for part of it with her last night.
Huh?
He Yirmiyahu
Oh,
witnessed
Yumi
me.
Yahoo. I thought Rihanna.
No, Yirmiyahu witnessed me roast her, and I kept telling her, I was like, "This is your roast," and she was like, "This is my roast." The thing
I
is,
love how she.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
I think it was like a helpful conversation, but the point is, it's like you just can't fix somebody's brain with a conversation, you know.
Yeah, she's definitely mental. She's obsessed with being a Catholic Muslim now, which is that is her way of expressing that she's obsessed with Diego still, because the whole Catholicism thing comes from Diego. She claims that Diego has nothing to do with this, and she's trying to use any excuse in the book to keep him out of the whole scenario. But we all know why she was in New York. Let's be honest. Anyway, go get your coffee. Hi, Keegan.
What's going on, everyone?
I don't know where Diogenes is. He hasn't on, I guess. And everyone just got his coffee.
Keegan
so
is one disrespectful little bitch.
Well, he is just trolling people. You have to get it. He gets under people's
Yeah.
nerves.
He loves getting his little one up in.
He's mad that he was good on. I ended the room.
He Irish goodbye to me yesterday, and I was like, that little bastard.
I did, and that was very funny. I was laughing.
I was laughing too. It was funny. Because you know, Keegan, you make what happens is when somebody starts going into a long conversation or like giving a lot of whatever, the point is like when somebody Irish goodbyes you, you're just like, yeah, this is fucking total waste of time.
You realize that Clubhouse, what is Clubhouse? What a waste of time.
It is. Truly is a giant fucking. It's like a collection of pathetic people. That's what the whole dinner for schmucks thing is. It's like it's a dinner for schmucks.
Yeah. I saw that. I guess I missed it. Was did Nora do a room? Because she pinged me.
Yeah, we have recordings. Apparently, Edwin has recordings. So if you really want, we can arrange something. But
I can pin the link. It's probably on my YouTube now. Let me see if it's live.
She did a room.
Yeah, I will watch you too.
She explained everyone. She explained everyone what happened. She said.
Yeah, but it's like, listen, the black people will fall for it, but the black people, the Jazzy and stuff will fall for it. Jazzy.
What it is with it?
Oscar.
Great.
That's your video,
There
Keegan.
were some people in her room who were like, no, I don't believe you. But Jackie, you know how she is. She shuts everyone down. Like, shut up. Yeah, but she was saying she was in New York. Emma, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find the video, but fuck it. Like, I can't find it.
Go find it.
He's watching porn right now. That's what he's doing.
Please don't scroll. I'm just.
Oh my god, this video always. Every time I hear this, I think about your image, how you're like doing this whole thing in front of your camera. Please don't scroll.
Yeah, I've kind of figured out a way, like, to actually. It's a very slow process, though. Like, if I create a video, I can get like 40 subscribers off of that one video, but it's just fucking 40 people. It's like, okay, well, if I create 1,000 of videos.
You and Nora collaborate.
Well, that's what we were talking to her about
that.
yesterday. Like, she's, like you said, she's so stupid that, like, she's very, very impossible to work with. She's that, like, obnoxiously stupid. She even said that she was going up and down the hallways in the psych ward saying, from the river to the sea, my people will be free. I was like, you dumb bitch, that's why they medicated you, because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. She's like, my clubhouse life projected into my real life. I was like, yeah. Exactly.
Wait, she admitted that she's in a psych ward? Because yesterday she was saying, I was not in a psych ward. I was not in a mental hospital. I was just in a regular hospital, okay? And then 5 minutes later, she's like, oh, I was in a psychiatric institute. Okay, bitch, what is it? Are you or are you not?
She had to hire an attorney, so, like, this is going to cost her a lot of money.
Yeah, and also she admitted that Mixed did not help her.
Mixed did not help her.
Wow.
So
Good on Mixed, right? Like, I thought maybe Mixed cucked, and he was like, yeah, I'll help her. She's from Clown House. She's an American. I'll help her.
Yeah.
Nope. Not worth his fucking time. He's not that stupid.
Well, I think El Normal helps her the most.
How? By talking to her?
Yeah, she apparently talked to the mother, to the father. I was talking to the father's dead.
El Normal?
Yeah,
Normal.
somehow she got his number.
Yeah.
Why did she not talk to Rick?
She did.
Isn't it kind of funny that, like,
we were friends for so long.
It's amazing that, like, she has Jewish friends, you know, because of this app, but yet she's still a Jew-hating piece of shit.
Abby S came and said, Abby S, come up. And I was like, wow, what a fake bitch. Like, don't pretend now you like all the Jews. And then literally 5 minutes later, she does this anti-Jew rhetoric. She can't help herself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame her since she's Palestinian, but
It's
then don't pretend you like.
It's like a mouse brain or something. I mean, it just responds to the environment. But anyways, I mean, you know, she didn't kill anybody. She didn't hurt anybody. So, like, you know, maybe she'll.
Well, not yet. When she was in the gym yesterday, I was like, well, you have to give her that. When she went straight to the gym when she arrived home, so that's good.
Yeah, more than you, right? Damn.
Yeah, more than me. Sorry, my mom was talking to me in the background. What did I want to say? Yeah, she was saying I need to exercise medicine out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her too. I was like, if you don't like the way you feel, I was like, you're gonna have to metabolize, you know, whatever they gave you. She did some kind of injection.
Yeah, please don't make her stop using that medicine. We need that. You need to calm Nora, not the one that she's going crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. I was like, you can't come to Clown House and think that you're not gonna have more emotional and mental health problems. I was like, this app is truly like a toxic cesspool of projection and people like doing their talk therapy. I was like, you can't absorb all of that. It'll make you crazy. And you just can't take the moth away from the candle. Like, people are attracted to this app because of essentially the dopamine. So, but the thing is, like, if you are just projecting stupidity and listening to stupidity, like, it's just brain rot. So anyways, I mean, you know, I wish her well. I wish you well. I wish everyone well. And like, all's well that ends well.
But did it end well?
No, she left the mental hospital. She went straight up to fucking clubhouse. And that's
Yeah, seemed like she didn't learn.
No, of course not. What, do you think she went to college all of a sudden?
Remember we were asking, is she coming back to the yeah? I said, of course she's coming back.
Yeah, as soon as she was out, we knew she'd be right back because the dopamine pull is that strong. But anyways, I mean, whatever. It's like I told her, I'm like, I don't really know you. I don't really care about you. Like, if I never talk to you again or anybody on this app, if I just went on with my life, it's like, do you think I'm gonna like miss people? It's like, no. It's like I just go right back into the now.
I love that she said, like, she was asking the black people in the room yesterday, do I look cute in the video?
She didn't look cute.
If that is cute, then I don't know. If that's what man wants, whew, my God. So what's Diego gonna do now? Are they gonna avoid each other, or do you think they're gonna be in rooms together?
Oh no, they'll be rooms together. They were in a room together yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
No, but actually, what did they say?
I mean, it's nothing serious. I think it's just like, I mean, it wasn't. I don't. I mean, I don't actually know. Like, I would say like formalities where they're like greeting each other, but they were, they acknowledge each other's presence. I don't know.
Yeah, I was confused because she had her room open yesterday. I was literally filming her and filming Diogenes, not Diogenes, fucking Diego in separate rooms. And I was like thinking to myself, like, this is really awkward because like he doesn't want to talk to her anymore. But yet she's still saying that she loves him and he's a good man and his presence is so amazing but yet it's like, do you not know that he doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore? Because like I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, if you've ever fucked a chick who, you don't want to talk to anymore, like I've slept with this one chick on this app, and like any time that I'm in the room with her, she immediately leaves. Like she cannot stand to stomach to hear my voice, knowing that we've slammed.
That's interesting. But were they in a room yesterday after? Like,
the funny thing is, the chick that I slammed was the chick that he was talking to in the room.
Oh, Pearl?
Yeah.
You fucked with Pearl? Ew. That one.
She almost killed me. She went because she was like highly vaxxed and highly boosted, and so she came to Chicago. She went to Lollapalooza, and then I met up with her, and she stayed at my place for like a day or two. It was a horrific experience. Not horrific, like the sex was okay, but like she herself was horribly annoying. Imagine like someone who just can't stop talking, smoking weed, and like,
oh my God, isn't she a medical doctor?
She's a fucking doctor.
Damn, that one's.
Anyways, the
You're
point.
getting all the chicks.
No.
She came to Chicago to see you?
No, she came here for Lollapalooza. This was many years ago.
For what?
Lollapalooza, it's a music festival.
Oh, okay.
She's not a bad person, but anyways, she's annoying.
No,
she's an annoying
okay.
person.
Actually, I said ew, she's not even bad looking, honestly. I'm just saying ew because I didn't expect she was.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's crazy. She fucked you. I can't take her serious anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have any like, fallout or bad experience or anything, but
that's good. She's like, okay, let's not do this.
So what you're going to like about my conversation with Nora last night is like it is a roast. I made fun of her the whole time about her
Yeah,
hair.
go find it.
She,
I wanna listen.
I was like, you are literally a catfish. I was like, your bottom teeth are like fucked up and compressed. I was like, you got like nasty little baby teeth on the bottom, like a catfish. And she's like, oh, okay, I have a compressed tooth on the bottom, or I have a crowded tooth. I have a crowded tooth. It was so funny. But it's not like I was making fun of her in a mean way. I was like, I kept, reframing, saying, "Hey, FY, like this is your roast. Like I roast people here, and this is your roast."
That's funny. Do it.
It's all water under the bridge.
Sorry, I'm saying goodbye to my mom.
So Keegan, you come on this app a lot when you're driving.
Yeah, I'll plug it into my CarPlay.
What is that like?
Okay.
Bluetooth
I
in your car?
can't use what?
That's Bluetooth in your car?
Yeah. It's like a system. But yeah, I mean, you can't use it as like a podcast, right?
Well,
That's how I
Zach,
kind of see it. And
Please
then if
don't
I
scroll.
Zach Ruda is here. He's in the memes
Zach, come in the
podcast.
room. Come in our room. Let's change the title.
Abby has a room open called
It's not my room.
On Israel.
It's not my room. We just hijacked it.
Oh, I'm a mod. Let me change the title.
Yeah, you're not. I modded everyone. I'm seriously done talking about Israel, Palestine. Who the fuck cares? Let them both kill each other. Nobody cares.
So I created it.
America.
I created a new website. It's called Memes Podcast.
Yeah, I saw. I've been eating one. Wait. Olga? Is this your
It's just like my greatest work, basically. Like, because I have Tumblr's kind of nice because if you create a new Tumblr, you can just repost all your old posts. So it's like
Yeah, but
it's
Tumblr
basically
We got a snuffler on the mic.
it's
We
a
got a snuffler.
it's a
is it
CMS.
me?
It's a CMS, which is a content
What is a
management system.
snuffler?
A snuffler is like Lil Haiti.
Oh, so is it me?
Do you know Lil Haiti? Do you know
Well,
her?
my mic is in my mouth.
She is the definition of a snuffler because she always be snuffling on the mic all the time. Yeah, that's very
Sorry.
true.
I have literally my mic in my mouth. That's why.
Zach, the other night I was talking.
Yeah,
You know Sam the
suffocating.
Sam the redhead, the
No,
Jewish
I'm
guy?
not. I'm just walking and.
Yeah, no, my bad. I'm talking with Keegan about Lil Haiti, how she can't breathe because she's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fat. But yes, I know Sam, the dumb religious debater.
Yeah, so I got him to read the Tao Te Ching the other night, and then he broke out into like ecstatic hip hop rap, and he started rapping the Tao Te Ching. It was fucking hilarious and amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Was he freestyling or he was just rapping?
He was freestyling using the lyrics that he just read, and then he was like, when I was younger, I read the Tao Te Ching, and I was like, he's like, fuck this book, and then he read it now, and he's like, holy shit, he's like, it's a lot better than I thought it was.
Mazel tov to you. That's good. Yeah. The way,
He's a real retard.
The way that can be named is not the way. If you think you know the way, you're probably gay.
Dude,
Nice.
that's what I'm saying. Like you and him could be like musicians together and maybe have like real success. Because you guys are actually both good rappers.
Okay.
Do you know that one Jewish guy who raps? He's got like a funny little name. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's
Kosher Dills?
Kosher Dills, yeah.
Yeah, he's on Clubhouse. I talked to him the other day on Clubhouse.
Really?
He came in, I think he was in Jeff's room.
He's a pretty cool guy. I saw him do a performance in Manhattan with a rabbi, what's his face? The dildo rabbi?
Nissan Black?
No, fuck, what is that guy's
The
name?
dildo rabbi?
There's so many of them. That's why it's
Your mama?
No, his daughter owns a sex toy business.
Oh yeah, Shmuley.
Shmuley, yeah,
Oh,
Rabbi
Shmuley.
Shmuley Botayach, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
He's
I
intense.
should have come up with that.
Talk about compulsive social media use. He has like 140,000 Instagram posts, and he goes live every single day for like 10 years now. It's unbelievable the amount of content that this guy has created. It's unreal.
It's your dream.
He's the Jewish Ryan Adams.
He does look like that troll from the Labyrinth with David Bowie, Schmeagol, I think, or not Schmeagol. He actually does look like that character. But you know, he's probably worth a small fortune. He went into this big thing with the Fontainebleau Hotel because he got accosted by this like stupid fucking Muslim Arab guy or whatever, and he was just going on a fucking tirade. It's amazing how you might not get justice in the court system because A, it's too expensive to pursue. So the only justice you're going to get is doxing or roasting on the internet. And like that's the true new justice system is social media clout, roasting.
Got him. Who would you say is the best at doing that?
Me.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think it's us together, Edmund.
No, because most of these shows are not like roasts. Like the
I
Joe
think
Rogan.
our roast for Nora and Diego was the best roast ever.
Yes, that's true, but it's not what Edmund is referring to because the reality is most of media these days is a self roast. And so if you're asking who is the best at roasting, you just got to stand back and let people roast themselves because when they open their mouth, they begin to roast themselves.
Okay, then you win.
Then I win. Then I win.
Well, self roasting is like self deprecation, basically.
I don't like that type of comedy, like the self-deprecating. I know that a lot of people do, but I don't find it that humorous. Like,
I
See,
prefer self gratification.
Keegan, it's a shtick though. Like Rodney Dangerfield's shtick was, I get no respect at all. Like, because then when you hear that, you're like, oh, this guy is famous, he's rich. Like, it's like a double layered self roast where it's performative. So either you're aware of the self roast performative, or you are not aware, and it can go either way. Where one way is funny and the other way is funny.
well, I feel like we're getting to the point where like most like comedy that we see is like more like the like reflection on society rather than like, which I think that those are like the best kind of comedy that actually requires some type of thought rather than look how ugly I am.
Well, look at George Carlin. He didn't really roast himself. He roasted his audience. When he would say,
Yeah, but see, I don't like that either. Like, I also don't like the idea of like I'm gonna attack my audience. Like, I think that's like
no, not attack the audience.
What's the funniest joke? What's the funniest joke you've ever heard? Give me a joke.
Why this is the dirtiest joke I know. Why is sex like a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken?
I don't know why.
Because after you're done with the breast and the thigh, the only thing left to do is stick your bone back in the greasy box.
Okay,
That's good. That's good. That's good. You want to hear the most racist joke I have?
Oh, I do.
Keegan likes that. All right, Keegan. A black man walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Get out."
is that the joke?
That's the joke.
To make a black woman like that.
Only racist people think it's funny because if you laugh at that joke, you think it's funny that the black guy had to leave.
Well, I guess I'm not racist.
Wait, I thought like you'd have to know that movie called Get Out or whatever it is to like.
No, it's just, I know, it's not a Get Out reference. I heard that joke back in high school. You could also say a black man walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Get the fuck out." That's an alternate punchline.
I've
I
got
would say alternate punchline because it emphasizes, the aggressive nature is a better.
Get out, nigger. Yeah, that's how we really drive the point home.
That's how you drive the point home.
Yeah, now it's so funny.
I went to the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, and so there's a lot of like Southern racists down there. And this one German guy who was an upperclassman, he liked me because I knew good jokes, and so you had to always have a joke ready at lunchtime. And so my joke was, what were they missing at the Million Man March?
I don't know what.
An auctioneer and a million shackles.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What was the only good thing about the Million Man March?
I don't know what.
Nobody missed any work.
There you go. I mean, I don't know, I don't know a lot. A joke I did like listening to was Bill Burr's take on abortion and how he related to, he's like, people who are pro-choice, he was like, they don't logically make sense because he was like, it's like if I was making cookies and then you just grabbed the cookies out of the oven and threw them on the ground, and I was like, yo, you just threw my cookies on the ground, and they're not cookies. And like he says a lot better, but like he's making a and I think that's a funny take on, like, he's like, no,
that does sound good. That must have been Bill Burr before he went woke with his black wife.
Yes, dude, it's actually really funny to see Bill Burr's complete shift. Like having I don't know if it's all black women, but he's become a cuck.
He went completely woke. He used to be like an outspoken Boston.
El Normo!
Yeah, he used to be like El Normo type, and now he's a cuck.
No, El Normo's in my other room. So I actually got thrown out of a Bill Burr performance one time in Hermosa Beach, California. Yeah, I swear to God. Bill Burr personally threw me out of his show because it was a charity event. And so he made a Holocaust joke. And I started going, boo! 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 And I wouldn't stop like a deranged autistic person. And so he goes, sir! He says, sir, I can't match your energy. You'll have to stop. Sir. So finally the security comes up to me and they're like, this is your only warning. Like, if you don't sit down and shut the fuck up, you're going to have to leave. So I shut up. I sat down. Yeah, exactly. I sat down, I shut up, and then within just like a few minutes, I started going, boo! And then he was like, all right, you're up, get him out of here. And so right before they kicked me out, he says, hold on, don't kick him out yet. Sir, what do you do for a living? And I said, I used to work up the street. They just fired me a week ago. He goes, and everybody started cheering, and he goes, get him the fuck out of here!
That's a great story. That's a great
story. That is good. Yeah, Bill Burr used to be a really good comedian, but yeah, he's definitely become.
I'll tell you my favorite.
No, we're in a room called Memes Podcast. It's a public room if you want to join us.
Really, I'm a great husband. I mean, my wife criticizes me, but I do. I make a lot of money. I'm good in the bedroom. I clean up around the house. I do fun things on the week. Really. Oh,
El Normo, I recorded one of your rooms with Edwin, I think, or I don't know, one of the fucking pieces of shit. But I did like an overlay with like an AI generated image. It's like 10 videos. It's you debating people. But it got no views. It took me a lot of time to do it, and like no views at all. So it's like the algorithm just doesn't like it.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I gotta find it.
How?
I can
It's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. I gotta find it though because I have so many accounts. I don't know which phone it's on. It'll take me a minute. But yeah, I mean, it's a static image. I showed it to some people and they were like, yeah, if you could make it a dynamic image where, the mouths are moving, it would be much better. I'm like, yeah, that would be great, but I can't do that. But I did the same thing to Jazzy because I was like, there's got to be a way to turn these conversations into a movie, you know, and just everybody's a voice actor. Let me see if I can find it.
No, he's 27. He's 26, and I'm 37. So I'm a
You
little.
are 40 something.
No, I'm only 37. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
no, but my point is, there was a kind of a like Chappelle peaked, I think, about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, and the past 5 or 6, Dave, like everything that Dave Chappelle has on Netflix, is kind of after like post peak, and a lot of people say that that's his best work, the Netflix shit. Some of them are okay, but he used to be kind of less political, I think. And he made a lot of racist jokes, but they weren't as political. Like on Chappelle's show, I don't know. Do you ever see Chappelle's show?
Yeah, I've seen like Clinton Bixby. That's always a go-to.
Yeah, like
KKK.
yeah. I mean that was.
It's not on
funny
this
that
phone. It's going to take me a
Chappelle-
few minutes to find it.
Yeah.
I don't know which phone it's on.
But yeah, I mean, there's some good comedians, but it just feels like a lot of the comedians now, they're all like, we're so edgy and stuff. And it's like, not really. Like, you guys are kind of all saying the same jokes. You guys kind of all make fun of the same people. You're not really being
I
edgy.
saw I can't remember this woman's name. It might have been Eliza
Oh, I think I found it.
Comedy. She was no, not Eliza Schlesinger. She was a fat, ugly woman on Netflix. Fat, ugly,
Yeah, I
fat,
found it.
ugly Jew.
All right, let me
And I thought she was
let
really
me find
funny,
it. Hold on.
but I
That's
can't.
that
I thought she was very funny for a. Usually, I don't think female comics are as funny, but I thought this one, she had a lot of funny
Yeah,
jokes.
one of
and I
them got
can't
26
find her
views, but
name,
that's
I'll
because I
type
think
my
I was
phone,
showing
but
it to
she's
people on
fat and ugly.
Farmhouse. I was trying to get people's.
On Netflix. Fat, ugly
I was
Jewish
trying to
woman
get
just
Mike
iconic.
Moon. Mike Moon was giving me good
I know,
analysis,
Mike
but then
Moon's a good
people
joke, I did hear a funny joke.
shut
It was
him
like
up.
on one of those. I don't know. I don't know the comedian. It was from a woman. That's why I was like surprised it made me laugh. It was like on social media or whatever, and she said,
Yeah, Soren is in it. Like you're gonna like this. I really would love to like work with you to where we could actually maybe like create videos off of these conversations, whether you want to disclose it or not.
She's like,
But
I saw a black person walk by me.
let me see here. And I was tagging Netanyahu. I was tagging the IDF.
Even though
Let me see here.
logically, with reasoning, I couldn't afford them, and I thought that was very.
I did. I saw that clip the other day.
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
That's a very
Did you
funny
have to
joke.
pay for all those phones you had?
Yeah, they're $50 a piece. Meme Podcast is the name of the YouTube account.
Per month?
No, it's one time $50 for the burner phone, and then you do a 1 month
What's up,
subscription
Ryan?
for $15, and then you don't renew it.
Hi.
That's just so you can get the number, so you can get the new account. Meme Podcast.
So you can get a cell phone for $50.
Yeah, track phone. Just go on Amazon. I can send you the link. But these are amazing phones. That's why I say, like, how could the economy continue to grow when these cell phones have essentially like peaked? You know, you can buy a 50 phone or $1,000 phone.
Amazing phones.
Because they're amazing phones because for $50 it does the same thing that a $1,000 phone does. Okay, here, check this out. I'm gonna pin the link. That's why I'm just saying, like, how could Apple's market cap go up another 50% when you have Samsung, Motorola, like creating $50 phones? Because the whole thing is they think they're going to make it on the back end with the subscription plan. So they're giving away a phone that's like $400, $200 for $50 because they're going to make it on the 2-year monthly subscription. But they give you the option to do a 30-day subscription. So click that link above that, and then if you go into the profile on that YouTube account, you can see the other videos. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 videos. Soren is in it, you're in it, Edward is in it, like everybody's in it. This was 2 days ago, and if people were talking about this room, because it was pretty heated, and I think the mod was asleep, or it was with that girl Nuha or whatever the fuck her name is. So they're all a minute long.
I did hear that. That's where I'm saying to the guy, you didn't read your own. You didn't read the article you cited, and it says very clearly that it's impossible to accurately estimate the number of dead people in Gaza, and he was using that as a source. There's probably a lot more. Somebody clipped it and sent it to me.
Yeah,
but there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's 10 videos of you debating. Each one is 1 minute long. And I did an image overlay, an AI generated image of like, I think the prompt was like 50 Jewish memes or 50 Israel memes or something. So it's like a cartoon, but the problem is I can't animate the video or make the mouse moves. It's just a static image overlay using a green screen in YouTube. Go watch it because maybe you'll.
What?
The link is above.
Yeah.
The point is, if you watch it, like I just think you should do this. Like, you're a filmmaker. Like, create a room and say, for YouTube, and just debate people. Don't use your face, but like record the audio and then publish these debates because, I mean, you are a subject matter expert, and there's only one of you. And not many people can do what you do. And you even have Jewish antagonists that don't like what you're doing. So it's like, it's important for you as a communicator and a public speaker to push your perspective, because in my opinion, your perspective is 100% right on. And I'm surprised that even a lot of well-educated Jewish people push back against you. I'm like, what are these people thinking? Like, they should be your biggest supporters. I'm surprised.
Well, there's a little bit of competition. It's a little, you know how guys are, they compete. You don't seem to get engaged in that at all, but if you notice, sometimes people like me, in other words, big mouths, they want to shut the others down or they want to compete. I don't think I'm that competitive, honestly, but because I am so, again, I'm not trying to be immodest, but I like to dominate. And I think I have the ability to dominate, and I've been, observing humanity for a while, so I know a few dominating moves. It's like me against Soren. I feel like I can usually outlast him. I can usually argue him down, if I'm not muted or something.
I think the only downside to what you're doing is because you're not capturing it. In a way, you're almost driving yourself crazy, because it's like running around in a circle and like not creating anything. So, like
it's like, I see it like jazz, like it's in my head. It's like, you just put it out there into the ether.
Yeah, but I listen to Miles Davis.
Anything.
I listen to Miles Davis, but that's a commercialization. That's a product.
Yeah.
So I would just, watch that link above. I mean, I would love to work with you to like create a podcast or like document the debates, because, in a couple months, like, it's all going to disappear. I mean, anyways, is that Nora, the fake Nora, or the real Nora?
It's the real Nora.
No, it's the real Nora. One second, Hammond. I'll talk to you later, Hammond.
I had a funny. Do you remember Michelle? What am I calling you today? Wisdom. Do you remember Michelle Wisdom?
From London?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought she had such an amazing voice, and I wanted to do with her Israeli and Palestinian couples therapy. Like, you have a therapist.
You want to do that, Norm?
So you think that would be funny?
Yeah, we can do that. I can act. Did you see my messages I sent you on Twitter?
No.
I sent you a message where I kindly asked, because I woke up with a little bit of anxiety, or a lot of anxiety, because of the reporting, because I think it might hurt me.
Nora, nobody. Well, I tried to find it this morning. I can't even find it because it's still processing. But yeah, nobody watches my shit. Nobody's gonna correlate or identify anything. It goes to the next day. But yeah, I mean, if I can find it, or when I find it, if you want me to make it private, I can do that for you. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. I thought I had a hair appointment today. It's not till next Friday. But yeah, Norm, do you not want to do the we can practice the Palestinian-Israeli couples therapy.
You like the idea, Wisdom?
I like any creative idea. It's a question of just doing it. You know, the nicest thing about if you click that link above,
But
you'll
they're not
realize.
really a couple, right? That's the point, right? You're making it into a couples therapy, but it's really Palestine versus Israel, the
Yes.
entire occupation. Okay. Yeah.
What about?
No, but you said I could have this land. Why are you acting like that now? I'm
Yeah.
Israeli.
Yeah.
You sold me this. You sold me this land. You sold me it.
I don't, Nora. We haven't actually started the show yet, but anyways, yeah. Elnorma, watch that link above. Nora, you can click it if you want, but it's just basically recording Clown House using an overlay to try to create some kind of a commercialized product. You know, because just listening to these conversations to me is a waste of my time. It's like if I'm not recording it and trying to make it artistic or commercial, you know, it has to.
Well, I have a lot of fights and debates that I plan to do as a voiceover over information and data.
Well, you can do it on YouTube. You can use the green screen. You can generate an image. You can do 1 minute snips, but you know, try it. Create content, you know, and make it contentment. Either you have to know, are you creating good content, bad content? Like, but be in control of the content, you know. So.
Yeah. I think it was Norma's here, but he ran away. I guess he doesn't love me. Oh.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You probably don't see that a lot.
Not at all. Not at all. And by the
Hold
way,
on,
bro, my own mother was not until she was 41 was I born.
Wow.
And so I'm from just a cultural place that's like it's not done.
I'm in the meme podcast with Nora Bandura right now. Nora, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello.
Hi, Nora.
Is it the real Nora?
It's the real Nora. Not the
Wow,
fake
John,
one.
what an honor for you to be visited by the real
What an
Nora.
honor. Yeah, this is an honor.
John is kind of the mayor of Clubhouse, is he not? I mean, after this, John, after all your retarded, idiotic trolling, you've become a well-liked, well-valued member of the community. Congratulations.
In the land of the blind, the man with the bald head is king.
Right.
Well, but Clubhouse has evolved into Clown House. So truly, all that happened was we all came to the level that John was.
Right, we all just reduced to the LCD, the lowest common denominator.
Well, I competitively reframed it all by saying it's just low IQ dumb people talking about nothing, which is true. I mean,
wait, which room is Nora in?
She's in Memes podcast with Wisdom. It's Zach.
No, we're in Memes podcast.
Yeah, we are.
No, this is a public room. Movie. Yeah, she's in my.
We are in a public room.
No, I know, but he's trying to figure out.
You have a room open right now that's not broadcasting anything. It's in Subscribe's house. It's called the Meme Movie memespodcast.com. Movie emoji and popcorn emoji.
I don't know where that phone is. I have so many fucking phones.
I don't know where that phone is.
Let me see. Yeah, I can't find it.
I will say that when I first was like, let me go, everyone's like, you have to go check out Evan's, you gotta go check out his YouTube. You gotta go check out John's YouTube. And so I was like, let me go check this out. And when I did, it was like opening up the Matrix. I finally realized.
You finally saw the light.
I saw the light.
Let me tell Nora that I really liked your hotel video. It was such a good art movie. Please post it again.
Is that Abby?
Yeah, Abby,
yes,
I think
it's me.
that account got deleted, I think.
Did you miss me, bitch?
Honestly, I know you don't like me, and I know, Wisdom said
No, it's not that, Nora.
Abby, let her speak. I want to hear.
No, I will speak whatever I want.
I know, but she's been in jail for like a month or something.
Yes, so?
Want to hear her story?
Don't interrupt. Do not interrupt between me and her. It's not that. Yes, I don't like you, but I've been honest with you,
I've been honest that I hate you.
and you fall for people that are make use of you. And I've been always warning you about that. So at least I'm honest to you. But I did really like your video, and that made me respect you.
Is that a projection though?
So,
No, I
so
love it. It was
honestly,
so good.
honestly, I forgot. I didn't know I posted that video. I know I made it. Listen. That video, it was very it was somebody actually stole that notebook, so I don't have it. All I have now is the video. But a girl stole that notebook from me, and those are those were. I don't know if you read what was in it, but what was in it
No, I
is very
didn't. All
very.
the stuff I didn't.
The content of that notebook and what's in it, the letters were very intense, and they were during a very traumatic event. And
Well, out of respect, I didn't read it.
hold on, let me just finish.
I thought you were
my
done.
husband died only 2-3 months after those letters I wrote him, and he never got them because he died. And so I let myself go down that path, and that opened a lot of trauma for me because I posted that in New Jersey, and I was going home, and I ended up in New York, and I ended up at JFK, and when I ended up at JFK, the police took me from JFK to a hospital, and then they released me from the hospital because they wouldn't admit me. And then I got in a series of events that ultimately led to that crazy video that went viral. But that trauma was like trauma upon trauma upon trauma that just was like unloading. And then, Zach, I know you were in Israel, but the fact that I, as a Palestinian, will never have the right to go live in Palestine, and you, as a Jewish person, can go live in Israel, like, that's hard for me.
No,
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. But like I'm talking about, I didn't read whatever was written there. I was more like the vibe you gave was like very Enter the Voids movie. I told John this. It reminded me of that movie. It was really good. Like you have a talent. I think you should explore that talent instead of being on Clubhouse, or explore that you have something, and maybe you can do something with that. And I'm being nice to you now. I think whatever happened, we can let it in the past. I know I'm a little worried with you.
You can be fine. Can you let Keegan have wisdom?
Hold on.
Welcome to another edition of memespodcast.com. This is the Meme Podcast, memespodcast.com
Okay,
room, hosted by Wisdom Books Now. And this is Nora Vendora. Please let Keegan up to the stage. Cash in your pink ticket now. Thank you.
Shiksa.
Shiksa is spelled wrong.
Anyway, Nora,
You
unblock me.
do
I will
not
come in
need
there.
either one of the letter C's in the word shiksa.
Shut
If
up.
you want to anglicize it, you can write SHIKSE. Shiksa.
Nora,
Yeah.
can you unblock me? I will come in there.
Yeah. I'm not modern, but yeah.
Nora, why did you yell at that random guy in the video?
I didn't. He was harassing me with the camera.
It doesn't look like that. It looks like you were harassing him.
He has the camera in my face, not the other
What
way around.
is the update with your
exactly.
law? What is the update with
I would talk about it. Well, I would talk about it, but because I have a case, I just want to.
Oh, well, that was my question.
My
question was, what's the update? Your answer could be, I have a case, it's ongoing, I can't talk about it. That's fair enough.
There you go.
All right, I was just curious. Glad to see that you're out of jail / mental institution or wherever they
Yeah, I was in the hospital, and then I was arrested after the hospital.
That sounds rough.
It was, but
I'm sorry.
I was with men, and I was with there was a black man that claimed to be a Hasidic Jew that basically it was Clubhouse times a million.
Have you ever been to prison or jail before? I went to jail once in New York City, And so I kind of had a similar experience, but it was for smoking weed in the park. It wasn't for harassing a person based on their religious identity.
I didn't harass somebody based on their religious identity.
But I did get arrested for smoking weed in Washington Square Park, and then I had to go
Okay,
to
come
jail,
in
and it was
our
like
room, Nora.
Clubhouse.
I will unlock you.
Why isn't
Hold on,
Keegan
I need to
coming?
go. Sorry, what was your thing again? Your name?
My Instagram? I mean, my
No,
thing,
not
my name,
Instagram, your
mine
name.
is online.
Edward Cecia, here we go. Okay, come in
John,
this
can
room.
you mod me in the meme podcast, memespodcast.com room, and
Yeah,
the
hold on one sec,
memespodcast.com
I'll be right
Peppy
there.
Peppy House? Then I can bring Keegan to the stage if he'd like to join.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right there.
No, I'm just waiting for this medicine to wear off out of my system because it's really wreaking havoc on me.
They put you on some medication, kind of one flew over the cuckoo's
Oh,
nest
I lost
situation.
in court. I lost in court because I was being forced injected prior to court. Like they were tying me down.
Were you irascible in court? Did you have an outburst?
Listen,
I'm not gonna laugh at you. I'm just wondering, what's the story? Why
No.
they injected you, and what was the result of the
Before
injection?
court, no, not in court. So they basically so there was this guy in there that thinks he's an Instagram star. He has like 70,000 followers, and he was gay.
So he is an Instagram star.
Something like that. And so he was like talking about Selena Gomez and Ryan Seacrest and whatever. And so he was saying something to me, and I responded to him. And the staff member like grabbed me and threw me in the room, and then started banging on the wall, pretending I was banging on the wall. And so that got me.
Oh, Keegan left, but thank you.
Yeah, that got me. Basically as if my behavior was a problem, and it got me medicated against my will prior to court.
Well, they didn't lobotomize you. You know, your body's gonna clear it, but either way.
But wisdom, I'm losing weight, and I'm not losing good weight. Like I'm losing like my muscles. I'm losing like I'm not losing my stomach.
Yeah, no, you're famous. Everyone know you right now. Like you're all over the social media.
I'm not famous. Like it's pain. It's horror.
Well, that's why we were consulting with you last night to say you need to essentially do crisis control, damage control, publicity control.
I'm gonna just listen to my brother. My brother told me to make my accounts private, so I went private on my Facebook and privated my stuff.
How long you arrested for?
I was arrested for just a day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, your mental health right now is important, and you know, actually keeping those things private is important, but this app in itself is going to drive you crazy.
You want to hear what Adam said to me? Listen to this.
Adams, like multiple Adams?
I'm judged by Adams.
I know, but I just wanted to clarify that you meant the Adams, that one.
Loud mic, loud mic.
If you said Adam or Adams.
Loud mic Adams.
He started writing stuff in the chat.
You have to admit that you're allowing stock in the fucking country on social media.
Adams is kind of a dick, though.
I know, but if you're having mental health issues and you want to feel good about yourself, just talk to Adams.
I don't feel like I have. It's not that I have mental health issues. It's that I have trauma that flashbacks me. It's that I verbed it.
That nothing could ever be truer.
Good verbiage there. Good verb created.
Your vulnerability in sharing that, and I think that it's powerful to recognize that. I can recognize that about my own self and the outbursts that I have had and the crazy things that I have done that you don't even know about, half the crazy, embarrassing shit that I've done, but it always comes back to your own shit. But Nora, that that's why you can't hate all the Jews, because
I don't
probably
hate
your
Jews.
hatred of the Jews is
I
based
don't
on
hate
some
Jews.
childhood trauma. Have you seen that gay guy? Let me just say, I want to listen to you, but have you seen that gay guy on TikTok who's like, has all those videos? He's like, here's how to douche out your butt. Here's how to pick a handbag to go with your outfit. Here's how getting abused by my uncle turned me into a homosexual. Here's how to wear makeup. Here's how to wear shoes. Here's how I think about sucking my uncle's cock every time my uncle forced me to suck his cock, and that made me gay. And it's like, anyway. But yes, he's funny.
I mean, Zach, you need to admit that
Listen,
you
I
bully a lot of people. Bullying is like Jewish.
You don't know him? I assume that you knew this guy.
I don't know who Zara is.
I went into another room. There's another room right now called Free Nora. And that's why Wednesday is here, because
he's using it for some to try to.
Well, Wednesday is cool, even though she calls me a dirty cockroach and says that I deserve to die. I like Wednesday. She's like some 20-year-old fat girl.
Oh, nice. Oh. No, I met a lot of Jewish girls in New York. They were nice. They were in their.
I am Jewish, and so is John. And we
Yeah,
are
but
nice.
I haven't met you all. Like,
Yeah, kind of.
I like interacting.
You know what? I mean, this is the weird thing about Clubhouse is like, I feel like people on Clubhouse have a better sense of my true personality than many people in my real life. Like we haven't hung out face to face, but I think the pace of the conversation for me, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if the only thing that would be surprising to me about John is the height, the size, I think. But other than that, I think it would be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same shit. I mean,
he's a big
you know what's funny is I ran into somebody in the airport that I recognized because she has a little bit of a following on social media, and I wanted to talk to. She was like this Muslim girl. She actually goes by Muslim girl on her social media apps, and I was like Amani, and she was like, she didn't recognize me. I like told her, she's like, oh, you're Noura, like you're like for yeah, but it's like the fact that she couldn't recognize me from this video, it just, like somebody said to me, that was my worst. Like, that was me at my worst. That's not like my normal. Like, that's not my normal behavior. That's not my normal demeanor. That's not my normal.
Well, yeah, we all, that's, I mean, everybody.
Full name. My name is Noura Shalash. Like,
look, I don't know if you assumed this. Shut up. I don't know if you assume this to be true or if somebody has told you, but most of the reactions, and many people are like Adams and said douchey things, but in the immediate days following your incident, many people on Clubhouse expressed sympathy and concern. And some people trashed you as a fool, but certainly John Kitover always said, oh, she's having trouble, she deserves compassion, she has been, Diego is much to blame, I think, for corrupting you.
It has nothing to do with Diego. It has nothing to do with Diego. I don't know why everybody wants to like.
Well, didn't you weren't there to see Diego?
No, I wasn't. Diego was sick. He was very, very sick. Like, would I have seen him maybe later? Sure. But no, I wanted to get away. I wanted to get away from Kentucky.
Who wouldn't?
I just wanted to get, well, now I don't want to get away. I just felt overwhelmed, and I have family in New Jersey. I was going to stay with my family in New Jersey. It didn't work out.
Was that your first time in New York City?
No, I've never liked New York City, though. Every time I've been in New York City, something crazy has happened to me.
No, I just think it's interesting that your family is Persian, yes? Iranian?
No, we're Palestinian.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I mean, there are a lot of people here from many other countries, Afghanistan, or I was working with a kid the other day from Sudan, and it's interesting to think that you would come from a foreign country and go to a place like Portland, Maine, or Lexington, Kentucky, and live there, and then that's your representation of America, and I would hope that those people would visit other parts of America at some point. So it's good to hear that you've been to New York before, and it would be funny for me to imagine that was your first time in New York.
That's not a.
No, it's not. But America's
America.
That's true. But it's a mix. You have to know New York City, and you have to know Kentucky, and then you got to have the cognitive dissonance that both of them exist, and that's America. And Montana, you got to go see. Have you been out west?
Mhm.
Have you ever been like Arizona? I mean, that's America too, like Sedona, Arizona.
So do is he's gonna stop talking. The fuck?
Can you push Czar down?
I think John booted him.
Or
maybe he left.
I don't know. He's gone.
He's gone. What happened? Something happened. He's gone.
Listen, I have more problems with Muslims and Arabs than I do with Jews. Like my issue, and I obviously, like I saw some of the video. I couldn't watch it because it was so scary. Like I can't
imagine watching myself having a meltdown. I mean, John was giving me some reflection.
But Zach, I wasn't saying like I hope. Did I say I hope ISIS kills all the Jews? No, I said I hope ISIS kills. What did I say?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest,
I was okay. I had a series of events that happened, and I let a man take advantage of me, not sexually, but I let a man take advantage of me, and that's where I effed up. I should have listened to Diego actually and done what Diego told me to do.
You should listen to John Kitover and
No,
realize
Diego,
that all
like,
communication is hypnosis, and you yourself roasting yourself right now.
I lost my IDs. And Diego was like, "Oh, my friend can pick you up," but I was already with some random man in a freaking Uber, and I like messed up my brain. Like
I hear you, bro. Look, I was gonna say I'm the type of person I
don't want like it's not fair that people keep Diego and telling me they're like chewing out Diego. Diego has nothing to do with this. I made these choices independent of Diego. Diego
A day to sign, either emailed to me or texted to me.
Diego doesn't owe me anything.
There's too much.
Diego, like,
They're coming from every little organization.
Diego
Well, we have
spends a lot
to
of time
start
talking about the
advocating
J-word
organizations
and
to
hyping
talk
people
to
up.
each other
And I
and to
don't
work
think
together.
necessarily
And I
Diego
think
is the type of person
that's
that ever
something
have
that,
like a crash out episode in public.
we
like
should
you
think
did.
about maybe for
I
next
am.
week.
I am the
How
type
do you
of person
do
to have a
that?
crash
How
out
do you
episode
get-
like you, so I can.
Damn, they kicked me. How did they know?
I'll tell you what happened since you said that. I saw a man smoking a cigarette. He was wearing a yarmulke, not the man that you see recording. And he reminded me of my father. That's what happened. I saw, and he reminded me of my father.
Does your father wear a yarmulke?
He wears something similar to that.
He wears a kufi.
Yeah, sometimes. But he smokes a cigarette. My father's taller. He has a similar belly. He just reminded me of my father. And so, in my mania, in my trauma, in my PTSD, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to diagnose me with, I don't care. When in the midst of all of that, instead of communicating that, I said, he's my dad. Like, I literally said to that's my dad.
Industry,
And
mammoth
call the
burgers, could be mammoth
And
influencers
then
and
the guy was
TikTok
like,
and
"You call the police."
celebrities,
Obviously, I was
maybe
unwell by then.
celebrity,
Is your
mammoth
father
or
still with us? Or
No,
he
he died.
He died.
And
Right. I
fashion.
wasn't sure the way you're referring to him.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why I ended up in the building.
Right. So I see. So you were having like a total confusion moment.
No, I knew, like it was more of, in my head, it was like a protest. Like, it's like, I just.
It's worth it. Yeah. When I came in the room, that's what they were talking about.
The fact that
I
any Jewish person
Uh-huh.
has the right to
Hey,
go
hey,
and live
okay,
in
so a lot of men,
Palestine.
thanks for asking, but I don't think anyone would accuse me of being cheap for this.
If I'm lucky, I'll be able to enter as an American citizen, but after this
I don't
viral
think
video, I
he's
doubt
cheap.
they'll ever let me enter, even to go, like, to anywhere, anywhere.
Well,
in Palestine.
Nora, you're in luck because you're talking to Zach and I, and we have come to the conclusion that Israel is technically in your heart.
I don't care, call it.
Nora, we can get married.
But it's, I
Will you
don't
marry
have
me?
that right, but all of you, every single one of you, have the right to go live in Palestine or Israel, whatever you want to call it. You have the right
Remember-
to live there, and I don't. And I just felt like, in my mind, I was in Palestine. I wasn't in New York City. I was in Palestine.
I hear you.
So
I-
Nora, true wisdom is, where are you at right now?
On the couch.
So you're a
Yeah,
couch, you're a couch
you're back
potato.
Are you back in Kentucky?
Yeah, I got back yesterday.
Oh, nice.
My brother, I lost my ID, so my brother had to bring my birth certificate.
Look, I can totally validate. I understand, and I mean, I don't understand personally, but I can validate the sadness and frustration about the right of return law. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it is kind of weird. But obviously, that guy smoking a cigarette doesn't have any control over that.
Yeah, but I didn't hurt him. I didn't do anything.
No, I hear you, and I mean, bro, like,
I was just like just crazy.
That's fair. That's actually legitimately fair. If you're actually feminist.
I hear you. I mean, John heard me go into my old. John heard me do a crash.
You don't have to say it out loud, bro.
I yelled somebody on Clubhouse. But and I've yelled at people on the street. It's just never been recorded, and it's never been identity based. It's always been like, sometimes I've said like, you fat. I think I might have called somebody like a fat cunt.
I had a crash out in Manhattan one time. I was having breakfast in this hotel, and this English guy from London or whatever was lambasting these Filipino workers in the restaurant, saying, "You fucking ignorant little fucks. When I tell you to get me my fucking coffee in the morning, you get me my fucking coffee." And I went fucking bananas on this guy, and like I wanted to kill him. And then after he like kind of shrinked away and literally walked away out of fear and terror, the Filipino people in this restaurant came up to me, started clapping and bowing to me.
See, there you go. It was an honorable crash out. My crash out when I called this woman a fat cunt, it's because she was pouring Roundup on the violets that were growing out of the sidewalk across the street from my house. You were defending the Filipinos. I was defending the humble violet. And there's an ordinance in my town that you can't spray Roundup on wild plants. And I often do foraging tours where I teach fat lesbians how to eat those very violets. And I said, just so you know, it's illegal to spray that. And she said, "Why don't you fuck off and mind your own business?" She didn't say it with a British accent, but your enemies were British, so my lady has become British. And then I said, "Fuck you, you fat cunt," and that was the end of it. But I have had some crash out moments.
I thought Abby unblocked me, but she didn't unblock me.
Nora, the whole thing is to let it go. Like, this app is a dysfunctional, garbage dump.
I still have charges.
Yeah, okay. So you're gonna have to deal with those and go on with your life and be a normal person. I mean, the thing is, you are politically polarized, Nora, and that is a mental health crisis. Because
you have to de-radicalize.
You know what radicalized me, Zach?
Diego.
New York City.
It radicalized you or de-radicalized you?
It
what you're saying,
radicalized me.
seeing all the Jews or feeling the hectic energy of the city or what?
Everything, like not getting. So I've been with Chase nearly, 20 years. They denied me the service. Like I was like, dude, somebody stole my credit cards, lost my credit cards. Like, can I just get my money out of my bank? Like, get some money. Like, I'm in New York City and I lost my money. Or not lost my money, lost my credit cards. And I'm just they denied me service at 2 Chase banks. And then I just was radicalized by that and JFK's airport, seeing how, like, they kill JFK and then they give him this airport. Like, can you at least agree that what they did to JFK?
I'm not sure what happened to JFK, but I will tell you, look, from the age of 16 to 34, maybe three years ago, from the age of 16 to 33 or 34, all I did was say, industrial civilization is inherently exploitative and unsustainable. And so, yes, it's fucked up what they did to JFK. Yes, it's fucked up what they're doing to Palestinians. It's fucked up what the British people are racist to Filipinos, and the ladies.
But Zach, you're making a big inference about JFK's assassination to think that it was Jewish people
I
responsible
didn't
for
say
that.
Jewish. I said they, whoever it is.
I'm saying that there are injustices every day, every time somebody puts their key into their car and turns the ignition.
You're right.
Every time you turn on the faucet and flush your poop away, you're flushing poop away.
That's why I'm trying to go back to beauty. Like, I'm trying to
that makes you believe that that particular event should be taken to be as a simultaneous event, but yet the rest of the Bible, you're perfectly willing to accept it as a chronological event.
Because I don't feel it's
So are you able,
do
you understand that question? And if so, can you
where I'm trying to get it out of me? So I agree with you. I am 100% radicalized. I also hate ISIS. So the fact
No, but this is my point: is that I was radicalized in towards a different philosophy, and I have de-radicalized, or am basically still in the process of de-radicalizing myself, or allowing myself to be de-radicalized, because you can't hang on to that shit. So we've got to meet in the middle. I'm no longer a communist, leftist, anarchist. I used to, idolize people who. Have you ever heard of Jeff Lewis? He burned down a Hummer dealership. He burned like 80 cars, and then he was sent to prison for 25 years. He was like, I was idolizing him as like an environmental warrior, thinking that like fight.
But when it came to stand next to him, he walked around
down a car dealership.
More environmental issues.
Yeah, right. And so I was thinking like, oh, we should, bring down the dams I used to talk about. We should take down dams and free the rivers.
I just want to say thank you for being very kind and sharing.
I don't like my own voice.
I really do appreciate it, and I feel it's very genuine.
That sounds
Yeah,
awful.
well, I think that we
That's
have
only
enough
if it's going to
interaction.
transition
By the way, if I may, I'm not going to needle you at all about your incident, but this is what's always been frustrating with you about interactions with Israel, is because I think of you as like a human, very human person. And then we have these conversations about Israel where I feel like we're butting heads, and I feel like
nothing against Israel. I just want it to be equal. I want the same rights that a Jew in New York has. I want the same rights. That's all. I want the same rights that a Jew in New York has. I'm not even saying a Jew in Israel.
Nora,
I want the same rights that a Jew in New York has.
Nora, the point is, life is unfair. It really is. It is just, the thing is, Nora, though you may want that, and that is like a good thing, you still have to have personal responsibility for yourself. You are very important. These political, geopolitical world, wars and conflicts, it's less important than you. You have to make yourself the priority and really stop with the bullshit, because this is all personal bullshit.
Okay, I
maybe we should do a reading, coach.
Let me ask you this, Wisdom. Let me ask you this. You said you have to make me the priority. What about what has been done to me? What about the injustice that has been directly done to me?
Well, yes. Do you mean to clarify the injustice that you're a Palestinian?
No. The fact that I was tied down and force injected in my body, altered against my
Nora,
that seems fucked up. That seems really fucked up.
Nora,
that seems bad.
Nora, Nora, there will be no justice. You have to create peace for yourself. You know that stupid cliche, no justice, no peace?
Like, I'm really looking at my body and it's completely altered.
You can't have justice without peace.
Well, Nora, I don't know. I mean, it's not good to forcibly inject people. But if you're running a mental hospital or a prison and you've got people who are acting erratically, there has to be some way of restraining them. And society over the years has decided that using these pharmaceuticals in some cases can be better than, the alternative, Nora, if you were, I don't know what the circumstances were of your injection, and I'm on your side, it was fucked up. It shouldn't have happened. And it altered you, and it damaged you, and it shouldn't have happened. But to rationalize for yourself so you can find peace, you've got to understand, why did it happen? Did they do it because I'm a horrible person? Did they do it because I'm a Palestinian? Probably because the alternative, if you were acting erratically, I don't know if it was in the hospital or when you were in the prison, but the alternative would have been probably, and this is what they did hundreds of years ago, is just strap you down with some leather straps on a fucking table and let you scream. And I think that we have decided that that's less humane, because that would create emotional trauma too. The other alternative is let you on the street and have your episode on the street. Can't do that. So it's not good to ever. I mean, it's not comfortable to rationalize why bad things happen, but I think it can be helpful because it can help you find some peace.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Mikhail
Hey,
Ben
listen,
Alon
my-
to the stage.
My phone died. My phone
okay.
died.
That's weird. Did you not? You didn't hear what I said?
No, but
Oh, what a bummer.
But I want to say, people, stop telling me to get off social media. Like, you may be an anonymous person that's just like floating around and pretending you're somebody that you're not. I'm not. I like to interact with people. I do not fear vulnerability. I do not fear tears. I do not fear I don't like embarrassment. I do not fear these things. Okay, Euphoria?
Yeah, let's bring the Euphoria Master to the stage, or invite. We can invite them into the hallway.
You saying this to me is what's not good.
Well, Nora, do you know that person?
No, this girl made me add her because it's her friend. But it's I don't even know who that is.
She can't talk now, and she's being critical, and we're not being critical of you, and so it might be a good case to remove from the room. Euphoria Master. So ironic. Euphoria Master.
Nora, you just gotta let it go. Your problem, Nora.
That is a message from Hashem.
No.
Euphoria Master is a message from Hashem. John Kitover is an angel from above, sent to wake you from your slumber. The fact that this person's name is Euphoria Master, and they come in here to randomly trash you, and what they are basically is a dysphoria creator.
Yeah, but they're trashing me in the name of trying to help me. They're like saying,
right,
"Oh,
but for you, how do you interpret it? When I'm listening to morons on Clubhouse talking shit, and then I hear John Kitover saying, "You're wasting time. You're wasting time." I imagine that he is actually embodying the voice of the Lord, and I am listening to God in that moment, speaking through John, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm wasting time. And then I turn it off, and I put on some music, and I go to the gym.
Zach, yeah.
That's not really the God of the universe talking to you. That's the voices in John's head talking to you.
Well, even the voices in John's head.
But guys,
Well, God granted him a little bit of agency over the voices in his head. So John is responsible for a lot of the
All right, well, thank you, John.
But guys, it's cathartic to have expression. It's cathartic
You
to
have
have
emotion.
and people
That's like the
don't want
definition of
that.
Right.
Oh, we have a criminal in the room.
No, be nice. Can be a little joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, you don't want a criminal attorney. You want a criminal attorney.
Wait, can I repeat what I said because she didn't hear it?
Yeah.
No. So what I was just responding to the injection thing, and I was saying it's fucked up that you got injected. It sounds like it was very harmful, but for you to find peace, the only thing that you can do now is to rationalize why did it happen. And I was going to say that the alternative, if you were acting erratically,
The why really helped. Why would the why
let me
help?
just finish. You didn't hear me. I know you have to listen to it twice, and you're being very patient, but she didn't hear me the first time. So, Nora, all I said was that the alternative, if you were acting erratically in a hospital or prison and they need to restrain somebody, the only alternatives would have been to strap you to a table and let you scream your head out, and that would have created emotional trauma as well.
They did strap me.
But then they injected you with some sedative to try to calm your tits down.
No.
Hey, Nora, check your back channel.
Yeah, I saw. I'm aware.
Who's not aware?
I love it when people come into a room and say, "Hey, check your back channel." It's like, this guy's just live streaming this on YouTube. It's like,
We already know what the back channel said already.
So Nora, the whole point is to relax.
It was very cloak and dagger. I enjoyed it.
like calm yourself down. You know,
Yeah, you're right.
you're your
right.
own worst
You're right.
enemy, Nora. You really are. Like no one. You have to take ownership of your relaxation, and that is the best strategy for your long-term success. Is you are literally doing this to yourself in many ways. And when somebody injects you because you're so loud and annoying, it's not just because you're loud and annoying, it's because you're annoying other people and they don't want to listen to you. They want peace and silence.
But wisdom, it was actually not that because it wasn't equally distributed that way. There were
I
far
get
worse
it, but
people.
Nora, the whole point is peace and silence, relaxation, joy now. You are not creating peace in your life. You're causing more chaos for yourself. You have to take ownership of the peace. You know, stop thinking and your problems. You're not going to solve the world's problems. You have to solve your problems first.
Okay.
Hey, everyone, check your back channel, everybody.
Okay.
I didn't get a back channel.
So why they stopped is an exact matter of
requests.
avoid it in the future.
Oh, look at all these requests.
Check your back channel.
Nothing in the requests either.
I better not receive a back channel or I'm gonna block you.
Oh, I got a message request. Go to message. Why are you gay? I mean, memes. There has been kind of a new language created from memes. That memes are shared around the world, and pretty much everybody who's online has seen the video where he says, "Why are you gay?" And so at any time,
Yes.
to somebody who doesn't even speak your own language, you can say, "Why are you gay?" And their response will be, "You are gay."
You know what I think that
Who says I'm gay?
Who says I'm gay? You are gay.
When you say, can I call you Mister? Can I call you Mister?
Anyway, we could do a reading. Hey, Nora, have you ever read the Tao Te Ching?
No.
Have you ever heard of it? Do you even know what I just said? Have you ever read the Ching
No.
Ching Chong? Have you ever Ching Chang Ching?
Wow.
Have you ever Ching the Ching Chang?
I don't read.
Have you ever heard of the Tao Te Ching book?
I think Wisdom read some.
Have you heard of the Holy Quran?
Yeah, I have.
Have you read parts of the Quran or all of the Quran?
Yeah, I read it, but I
Right.
prefer to read it audibly.
Have you heard of the Bible?
Yeah, I like the Bible.
All right. Well, maybe we should do a reading, John.
We could do a meditational relaxation reading because honestly, this is a toxic cesspool.
Exercise wisdom.
I think we should just do some Tao Te Ching. I mean, a little bit of Tao, just to understand that.
Let's do Dao and Tanya.
Yeah, Tao and Tanya. I mean, the thing about the Tao, Nora, is I read this book when I was in high school, and it has remained a constant throughout my life. And I've read a lot of other books, but this is one to return to, and it contains a lot of wisdom. And a lot of people are
so interested in other people's lives.
what?
Some people
Why
are
weren't
so
you standing
interested in
yesterday
other
for anything?
Well, luckily, this book has nothing to do with other people's lives, right? It's a book that
Oh,
you
really?
can.
So you
So the thing is, people in Clown House spend a lot of time arguing about religion.
Can you read Psalms 139?
Sure, I will. Okay, this is Psalms 139.
Are you reading
I got the Bible right here, actually. I have a Psalms book that I got from a free, it's like a Christian coffee shop that gives books away. So I have a book of Psalms right here, and I can go to Psalms 139. Okay, Psalms 139, all right? This is what it says. The heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source.
it's
Oh, my bad. That was Psalms 127. All right, let me go to Psalms 139. Here we go. Psalms 139. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world.
Why are you listening to a crazy person?
Without looking out your window,
Psalms 139.
you can see the essence of it.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly what we're saying.
The more you know, the less you understand. The master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking, reads things besides Psalms 139, and somehow still...
I got your point
I
already.
can't believe that you guys interrupted me like 5 times.
The reserve fleet
Really?
calculates
Like,
the Bitcoin that the federal government
Alright,
is
I'm gonna go and read. I'm gonna show you that I was not lying. I'm gonna get this fucking stupid book. Excuse me, I don't want to call it a fucking stupid book. For Hashem forgive. How do you say, McZed, how do you say, like, forgive me, God, in Hebrew? Like, oops, I'm sorry.
Why don't we read better, like, just tweets from Nora in her timeline where she was threatening
I think
people?
that it was deleted.
It was
Psalms 139.
Some of us have good screenshots because some of us have good screenshots because we had to send it to our lawyers.
Well, I have the recording of you saying what you said about Palestine, and I don't think
That is okay, and I think
I don't think you should be associated with
Hold on,
associated
hold
with
on,
Tea
honey,
Party,
crazy lady. I know that you have issues containing
No,
yourself.
I don't. It's not cool for you to mute me.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on, I'm the super mod. So listen, the whole thing is I think Clubhouse is great if you actually don't mention people's names or attack anyone personally. So let's just keep it calm. Let's keep it relaxed. Let's not talk about the past. Let's not talk about the future. Let's just talk about now.
I'm prepared to read Psalms 139.
Okay, just let me know when it's the present.
Okay, it says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart." To the choir master, a psalm of David. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all together. You hem me in behind and before and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain it. Where shall I go from your spirit, or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me.
I thought this room.
Hang on, please. I was trying to. You guys interrupted it. He was recording. It could have been a good recording. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even if the darkness is not dark to you, the night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written every one of the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God! How vast is the sum of them! If I would count them, they are more than the sand. I am awake, and I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wicked, O God. O men of blood, depart from me.
They speak against you with malicious intent. Your enemies take your name in vain. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139:14. Oh, it goes on. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord? And do I not loathe those who rise up against you? I hate them with complete hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart, which is full of hatred. Try and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Towards, I suppose, hatred? Lead me in the everlasting way towards hatred? All right, now I'd like to read Psalms 53 from the Tao Te Ching. It goes like this. The great way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths of Islam or Psalms or whatever it is. Be aware, Nora, when things are out of balance. Stay centered within the way of the world. Pretty easy advice. When rich, never mind, forget that one. Here we go. Look. The ancient masters of the true religion didn't try to educate people, but kindly taught them to not know. When people think that they know the answers, people are difficult to guide. When they know that they don't know, people can find their own way. So if you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest. Content with an ordinary life in Kentucky, you can show all people the way back to their own true nature, which is obviously of love, not hatred. Love and peace. Peace, love, and joy. Joy now. Peace now, joy now, subscribe now, call now.
There you go. Thanks for reading so much.
Yeah, I turned the room chat off because let's just have some peace. It's a Friday.
Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom tomorrow. Tonight. But, you know, I don't know. In Israel, all day Friday, everybody's saying Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So it seemed like a Friday thing, you know?
In Israel, the standard of the world became a 2-day weekend. Under Jewish law, obviously the 7th day is very important, but the 6th day and the 1st day, not so much. Whereas around the world, to assist the Christians, it's Sunday. Like that was the original day off, and Saturday was a concession to allow Jews to work. Because you really, like the early immigrants, they would like get a job on Monday and be fired on Friday because they weren't coming in on Saturday. A lot of stories. But,
but anyway, good Shabbos.
Yeah, so their Friday is roughly equivalent to our Sunday. Because since the Sabbath comes in at nightfall on Friday, Friday is actually legalistically designed as a day to prepare for the Sabbath. The Ashlam is supposed to happen on that day. And if you're working, it's very annoying because like you gotta work till 5 technically, and like sometimes that's after sunset, so you just gotta like duck out early. And
Speaking of that,
prepare food. Like if you need to prepare food for the meal, you can't cook anything tomorrow. So Friday is often a stressful day, but in Israel, Friday's off. It's far more conducive to happy Jewish.
It's like a half day. Okay, on that note, I'd like to read.
Their Sundays, you understand, their Sundays are Mondays.
Right.
They work on Sundays freely. They don't care.
Okay, this is a good one. So this is Psalm number 48 from the Tao Te Ching. And Nora, this one is for you. It says, in pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added or learned. In pursuit of the ultimate way of the world, every day another thing is dropped or abandoned or let go. Less and less do you need to force things until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. true mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It cannot be gained by interfering.
No, you have a very good reading voice, Zach. When you read Pointer's complaint, how was it called?
Portnoy's complaint. Oh, thank you. I mean, I went to, I was going to be an actor for the stage, but then I got crazy because I got radicalized by this anti-civilization. So I left my budding acting career in New York City and moved to Maine to live in the woods and shit in a bucket every day because I lost my mind and became radicalized. So,
yeah, no, you're right, and you're right, and I need to realize I can't take down institutions as much as I think I can, and I want to change systems. I need to just focus on myself and taking care of myself, and it's serious. I do have charges against me, and these charges are serious. I take them seriously. Apparently, I made my accounts private because my brother's like, please, for the love of God, stop letting people harass you. So I went private on my social media, specifically my Facebook, because I have like nearly 800 comments of people like harassing me and attacking me. And because they doxed our address, they sent also letters to the house, and some of the letters had to be reported to the police. But yeah, I haven't seen any of it, but I agree with you. Radicalization is not good. My radicalization is fleeting, though. Like, it's just like I obviously don't support ISIS, or think ISIS is Muslim.
We don't have to talk about Israel, but I think the main thing that the Palestinian side or the anti-Israel side is missing about Israel.
No, let's not make it that way, because this is what I want to tell you. This is what I want to tell you, Zach. Do you agree that because of the Holocaust, that Jewish people go through intense trauma that is associated with the Holocaust and the fear of the Holocaust?
100%. And in fact, I had like a joke that I was playing with, which is like, Israel is one of those countries where like every single action that is undertaken in the country every day is connected to the national story. For example, you go into a coffee shop and they say like, hey, welcome, because of the Holocaust, we were able to create this wonderful coffee shop and have this great coffee. And so anyway, what would you like for a coffee?
Yeah. So I watched the sermon. So this isn't my thoughts, but I watched the sermon where the imam or the teacher was saying this. Like, the Jewish people have this, they're afforded the trauma that comes with the Holocaust. They're afforded the trauma generation after generation. But when you think about the Palestinian, it's like you just paint us as anti-Israel, like pro-Holocaust, anti-Jewish, and it's not. We have our own set of trauma that comes with being Palestinian. As I can't speak for anybody else, so it's not that I'm just it's not that I'm radicalized.
Well, right.
It's connected to my being.
I hear you 1,000%, but I think it's very important when you say, I mean, it's true, you say you can't speak for anybody else, and when I'm listening to you talk, I was thinking that I think there's probably a significant difference. Look, there's a major difference between diaspora American Jews and Israeli Jews. And I know this because when I go to Israel as an American, I feel very foreign. I feel very American. And yes, we're all Jewish, but another kind of joke, it's not really a joke, but I was thinking the last time I was there that it's like, Israel is supposed to be a home for the Jewish people, but I think really it's kind of just like a home for the Israelis. I mean, the Israelis can be welcoming of American Jews, but in many ways it's just very clear to me that I'm American.
My brother.
So my point is, wait, let me just connect it to your shit.
I hear you. My brother was telling me,
What was I saying though? Or your brother was telling you what? Your brother's telling you what?
No, you're saying you're American before you're not Israeli.
No, and let me just finish in one sentence.
I'd like to get into conversation.
All right, you can. Okay, good for you. Thank you. You're welcome to in a minute.
Thank you, and good for you too.
Okay, thank you. But clearly, I hear you, but I want to speak. Nora wants to speak too, and then here we go. But
God bless you. That's the way it should be.
Okay. So what the hell was I saying? Nora, all I was saying is that I imagine there's a significant difference of the experience between diaspora Palestinians
and Palestinians who are still in Gaza. And so for the diaspora Palestinian living in Kentucky, it's a heartbreak basically that your family was exiled from your land and you can't return with the right of return, that Jewish people are granted this right of return and you're not. And from your perspective, you know, it's an injustice being.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, because now I'm rambling.
No,
but did I make my point though?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Princess, yeah.
The people in Gaza want to kill. They want to kill.
I worry about the children in Gaza and the psychiatry being imported imported into Gaza and them being force medicated. I don't want to see the children in Gaza. They have so much trauma. They have so much trauma. Like if you listen to the psychiatrists that are there, that are like treating some of like the cases that are there, it's insane. And so I worry about this Western psychiatry being imported into Gaza.
She's so fucked, Abby.
Wreaking havoc on a people that are so spiritual. That's one. Two, when it comes to quote diaspora or however you want to say it, or those of us that aren't in Palestine, the right of return. Yes, that hurts.
Randy is next in the queue.
But Randy's just gonna like attack me.
Randy, we want to.
Oh wow, you're really a trip. I'm gonna just attack you.
No.
Narcissistic much? I'm not even gonna acknowledge you. How about that?
Randy, let her finish, and then you're next. Go ahead.
No, I'm just acknowledging. She said I'm going to attack her. I have to respond. I haven't said a word.
I know, it's fine.
We have a nice peaceful feeling.
So Zach. So my.
You got 30 seconds, Princess. Yeah, then we're moving to Randy.
So after October 7th, on October 18th, not only did we have people in my family getting killed, but also there were homes in my village that were demolished. In the West Bank, in Judea, whatever you want to call it, that were demolished.
You got 10 seconds.
When I watched that video of that home demolishment, all I could think about is my father's home being demolished when he was 6.
I hear you. Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on, Zach. It's Randy. Hold on, it's Randy's turn. Go ahead, Randy.
Okay, hey, thanks for letting me speak. I'm going to really cut to the chase here. Number one, Zach, when you say you go to Israel and every coffee shop references the Holocaust, you know you're lying, right?
It was
I've
a
been to
joke.
Israel.
And I'm sorry for saying
people here took it as a joke. I don't think people here took it as a joke. I want to be very clear.
It was stated as a joke, so everyone took it as a joke.
Okay. Well, I'll be clear here. Yes, Jews experienced a lot of trauma in the Holocaust, but they got on with their lives. They didn't sit in camps for 70 years. They went to college. They came to America. They went all over the world. They're not still insisting on a right of return to Poland, to Germany, and all the countries they were killed and kicked out. They're not still wallowing in their self-pity. They moved on. Yes, there's trauma, but there's also doctors and Nobel Prizes, universities, community centers they built. They didn't build tunnels. They didn't build plans for revenge. Instead, they got on with their lives. And you can say the same thing about Israel. And frankly, you can say it about the millions of people who have been refugees from wars all around the world. The Vietnamese, every conflict has refugees. Every single conflict has millions of refugees. It's a very unique situation with the Palestinians. For some reason, they've been used as political pawns by Arab governments that don't allow them. They're in Lebanon, Jordan, etc. I mean, don't get me started on Jordan, you know, a place where the majority of the population is Palestinian. So, ergo, it's a Palestinian country by definition. But instead, the Arabs have kept these Palestinians in camps for 70 plus years, denied them basic citizenship rights. You know, you can be born in Jordan, Lebanon, but you cannot be a citizen because they have used the Palestinians as pawns. And this is the trauma the Palestinians are suffering from. And of course, the trauma is reinforced in the schools from the age of 3 and 4, the hate education by UNRWA, where they teach Palestinian babies to hate and kill Jews. This is the assembly line for terror. Excuse me, I'm almost done. But I'm explaining that there is a unique pathology.
Well, let him finish and
Okay, so you're attacking me already?
No,
I said I was going to attack you. It turns out.
Go ahead, Randy. Finish up.
I want to hear specifically what lies I've told. That's what I'd like to hear.
Don't take the bait. But wait. Well, before.
But I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll say this: that thank God these Holocaust survivors. I bless them for their ability to move on, to not have every conversation in every room be about the Holocaust, to not make everything about them, to not protest at colleges and ruin other people's, to not shut down everything because their cause is the most important cause that must be dealt with. So I'd say respect the Holocaust survivors. Yes, you experienced real trauma, not self-perpetuated trauma, but self-perpetrated trauma, but real trauma from third parties, and you got on with your lives. Kol hakavod, as we say in Hebrew, respect. Thanks for letting me speak.
Yeah,
and if anyone says I said a lie, I'd like to hear what the lie is.
I want to hear Princessia's response, but I just wanted, maybe this is self-serving, I just wanted to apologize and clarify. I didn't mean to say good for you, like you're a dummy. I should have said, okay, noted. That would have been a better phrase. Okay, I hear you, but I meant, okay, good for you. You want to speak. Everybody wants to. That's all I meant. But yes, let's hear Princessia's response. I'm sorry, Randy.
No, I don't need to respond to that.
Oh, okay. Well, Randy said basically we can bring.
All I wanted to say is this idea that hate is being taught in education. This is ridiculous.
Right. Okay.
Second. I know a little girl. Okay, she's this beautiful little 5-year-old little girl. She's born and raised here in America. She's a Palestinian American. As I was born, she was born here. Her parents are Palestinian, born in Palestine. Okay. I know like Keegan keeps going down. Her uncle lives in.
No, he's unmuting, and it's rude. And Keegan, if you want to come up, just stay on mute until we're ready to have you speak.
Go ahead, Keegan. I don't have to finish what I was gonna say.
Well, I want to hear about the 5-year-old girl, please.
Yeah, so
we want to hear about her.
This 5-year-old little girl, I saw her not too long ago at a gathering. Her uncle from our village was murdered. This was before October 7th happened. He was murdered in our village. He was shot. He was considered one of the best men in the village, and his wife was pregnant. He had children. Great guy. And his sisters. Their maternal. It's her maternal uncle, so it's her sister's brother. This little girl was devising a plan in her head how to get back at what they did to her uncle. So it's not that hate is taught in schools. It's that when children see their uncles, their fathers, their mothers, when they see.
Can I ask a question?
This is what happens naturally.
Can I ask a question?
This is a natural reaction to this type of.
No, that it is taught in school, and I'm happy to discuss that in the way that it's
why is she thinking about ways?
Yeah, it's the whole culture for it. It's all culture.
Now the shit is stewing.
Oh, here we go. There's a major
wait a minute, please.
Resistance cannot be part of this conversation.
Randy. So we had a nice peaceful feeling. As the room continues to expand, the peaceful feeling may change. Resistance, I always want to give you the humanity to join us at the table, but we can't. I don't really want you to disrupt the whole conversation.
Resistance will bring you in at the end.
Yeah, we'll bring you in at the end. So what was I going to say? I wanted to ask a question and make a statement. So the question really quick, well, I'll make the statement first. The statement is you're concerned about Western psychiatry basically brainwashing the kids of Gaza, and I can even validate your concern that could be something to be concerned about. But certainly, and like forced injections like you experienced or whatever, but certainly if that was a concern, we should also be concerned about the thing that Randy wants to start ranting about, which is like the bullshit education in the schools where the hate is taught, and they say if you have the way they teach math problems, they say if you have 5 Jews and you kill 3 of them, how many Jews do you have left? That type of stuff. And so if we're concerned about psychiatry, let me ask my question. So let me restate my point, which is if we're concerned about psychiatry affecting the kids of Gaza, we should also be concerned about other things in the educational and cultural systems that might be corrupting the kids. And when speaking about this specific kid, this young girl, I kind of want to respond in two ways. The first thing I want to say about her is, look, you know, I don't know if you have you read Lord of the Flies. I was going to say we've all read Lord of the Flies, but have you read that, Laura? Do you know the story of Lord of the Flies? You know that book?
No.
Basically, some kids get shipwrecked on an island and they like create a society with no adults, but they end up kind of hurting each other. Anyway, I don't want to ruin it, but they kind of rip each other to shreds. And then Lord of the Flies is always like kids left alone are gonna rip each other to shreds. When people say, "Oh, it's like Lord of the Flies in there," it's like a bunch of unsupervised children just tearing each other apart. And so, a 5-year-old girl who sees her uncle murdered might respond with revenge, but hopefully, you know, our job as adults is to coach children. Yes, in situations of injustice, you might coach your children, hey, you got to grow up to be a resistance fighter like me to fight against the occupation. But hopefully, ideally, in times of peace, if we were all following the great way of the world, the Tao, then it would be our job as wise adults to coach children away from those selfish impulses towards revenge or, you know, something like that. And my question is, so even if she feels revenge, she's only 5, we should teach her by the time she's 10 that killing somebody is not a good justification just because her uncle's killed.
I agree 100%.
And my question about the little girl, which I'll end with this, I ask in the most respectful way, in a non-judgmental way, but I do wonder why her uncle was killed, because if he was killed for doing like some terrorist shit, then maybe somebody could tell this little girl, listen, your uncle was a great man, he was a good uncle, but he did some really harmful illegal shit. I don't know, but that's why I'm asking.
So Zach.
Hold on a second, Princess. Randy had his hand up. After Randy, go ahead. You got 1 minute 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be real quick. Okay, my parents are Holocaust survivors. When I was 5, I said to my father, Dad, we have to do something to the German people. We have to get revenge. What they did to your family. Your mother was killed. Your brother was killed. I wanted revenge, and my father said, "You're crazy. You're crazy. Don't do that. Don't think like that. Living well is the best revenge." And today, I don't walk around and say I hate Germans. Germans must die. I don't walk around because my parents gave me a proper foundation. These poor kids in Gaza, they're encouraged. Oh, you hate Jews? Fantastic. We have a whole program for you. You can become a leader here. Yeah, you hate Jews. That's great news. No, Nora, please stop attacking me. I'm trying to get my thoughts out.
I'm not necessarily attacking you, but yes.
I know, I'm making it a joke. I'm making fun of the way that you said I was going to attack her. My point is that thank God my beautiful father, rest in peace, told me don't seek revenge. Thank God my parents didn't fan the flames of hatred. Thank God they worked hard, created a great life for me in America, leaving behind houses, unimaginable wealth in Poland and Europe. My mother was saved by her nanny who hid her under her bed. Yes, they had wealth, but they don't sit around talking about it 80 years later. Their beautiful houses in Poland. They grew God, and this is the beauty and gift that my parents gave me. Thank you.
I just don't want to get kicked out. Am I able to say anything here?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And everyone kicked me down. Like that disrupted the conversation. But what I wanted to say to Randy is, number one, he's made a few points that just are inaccurate, which is that, number one, right, he said, well, good thing the Holocaust survivors don't, talk about and try to, the way that the Holocaust was and seek revenge, right? We have the Bolsheviks in Russia who killed well over 7 to 8 million Germans post-World War II. You have Germans still being in prison to this day. A 98-year-old woman just last year was in prison for her involvement in the Holocaust. So, the idea that seeking revenge hasn't been a way of the Holocaust. We could just look at how the UN and how NATO seeked revenge on Germany.
But Keegan, he's talking.
She's not in an Israeli jail. She's in a German jail.
She is in a German jail.
Well, if I may,
it's not the Jews getting revenge. It's the Germans criminalizing.
Right. And so
to them about it.
And what I
Wait, hold on, Zach. 1 sec. Did you not hear his point, Keegan? His point is don't live your life with hate. The best revenge is success and peace. If you're going to spend your time, your life, essentially neurotically thinking about this, talking about this, It's a you problem.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think that when we see what does success look like, right? And when I look out at the world, and you're saying, well, the Jews have done is just seek success now. I would say that a lot of them do have a hatred towards of what Germans did
If
to the
I'm right,
Holocaust, and what
that's true.
many
That's normal. That's
what
true.
many
Right.
Europeans did to them.
Keegan.
And so, but I'm just saying that you guys are acting like, but
No, wait.
quick, and then real quick, I promise.
You're gaslighting, though. When you say you're acting like, okay, finish it up, but you respond and tell you you're a gaslighter.
I understand, and I may be so, but 2 sentences here. When I see the world, all I see is many Jews, and I'm not saying again, not as a collective, but rather as individuals acting on their own accords, are hateful and vengeful over many Europeans.
Okay.
They seek to destroy.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
can I respond?
Can we get an example of that? An example of what he's talking about?
Can I say something? Yeah.
One quick thing.
Yes, I want to hear from, is it Ellie and also Resistance?
Ellie is good.
Ellie or Eli. But wait, let me say something to Keegan really quick, because Keegan, what I heard from Randy is not what you heard from Randy. What I heard from Randy is that the Jews don't carry their resentment or hatred towards the German people. The Jews have forgiven in general Germans. And two
What
things.
Bolsheviks
Let me finish. I'll let you finish. So I think that the Holocaust is invoked in certain scenarios to this day, usually when there is an attack on Jewish people, like they said October 7th was the worst attack on Jewish people since the Holocaust. So there we go, we're talking about the Holocaust again, but we're not perpetuating the hatred against the German people. And you're saying this woman was prosecuted, 98-year-old woman, maybe she was prosecuted by Germany, maybe she was, I don't really know the circumstances of that. But what I heard from Randy is more like what Mr. Wisdom book said, that they're not carrying their hatred over to the German people in the same way that the Palestinians are still targeting basically Jews around the world.
Because that.
Let's go to Ellie. Let's go to Ellie and then go to Resistance, because let's take advantage of the fact that Resistance. Wait. Let's acknowledge that Resistance is in a good mood today, and let's not push him over the edge. So let's go to Ellie, and then we'll go to Resistance.
Amber, let's talk to you.
So my point is, I think the focus on Bolsheviks is very interesting because that kind of implies that the Bolsheviks have been Jews, which is historical illiteracy, and just feeding into very convenient conspiracy theory about it. If you check what percentage of Bolsheviks have been Jews, you will see there have been some, and mostly it's been Russians. So, and Ukrainians or whatever.
Stalin was not Jewish.
It doesn't matter. Stalin was not Jewish, and the Bolsheviks have not been Jewish as a whole. And when they went and fought over Germany, it was not. It was kind of in revenge, but it was in battle. They took over Germany and fucked it up. Yes, and they've been more ruthless than the Western allies. A lot of it because the culture of Russia, and not because of the culture of Jews.
He specifically said that Jews had fucked over Europe. That's what Keegan said, and I'm still waiting for an example of it.
Well, I was trying to give examples, Zach, and I can give examples right now. Not that it seems like I have time. Hirschfeld, a German Jewish.
We're dealing with a ticking time bomb. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm saying too. It's like a ticking time bomb.
So give us the example. Give us an example, sir.
Sure. Hirschfeld, a German sex psychologist who was pretty much the head of the transgender movement in the 1930s, moved to America because he was kicked out of Germany by the Germans, of course, by Nazis, and it started. He actually started the department at NYU for what's the sex inclusion or whatever, and truly he was the head of the movement in New York
for transgenderism, which is, I believe, has dismantled our society, our culture, in ways that.
That's your best example of Jews weakening Europe. Give me your best example of Jews weakening Europe.
That's just one.
Right, give me your best one, bro.
But that's Keegan. That's not even Jews. That's one doctor.
I said.
I know. We're waiting for your best example. We're waiting for your best example.
Again, I think you guys got me on my side. I said individuals, not the collective. I don't blame the collective of Jews because the collective, but I said individuals are vengeful. And I'm saying the individuals have been vengeful.
I'm waiting for your best example.
So, like the woman who was imprisoned at 98 years old was imprisoned by a Jewish prosecutor, right? In German, a Jewish prosecutor found this woman and said, this woman needs to go to jail at 98 years old. She shouldn't be able to live her life free anymore because of the crimes.
Okay, we got that point. No repeats, please.
Call cap. It doesn't sound right. There are no Jews left in Germany anyway. No, there are no Jews left.
There are no Jews in Germany.
Less than 100,000. Less than 100,000.
Let's go to Amber or Resistance, maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to speak in
Okay, you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute, Resistance. I'm timing it. Go ahead.
I'd like to point out the biases. You guys threw me down when you claimed I interrupted. If Randy's allowed to just keep coming off the mic and interrupting when people talk, makes life.
Because I'm not a criminal like you.
No, you're just a pedophile. All right. No
Okay, you're going to the go. Going to the go. Bye, Resistance.
Yeah, I know you guys.
I was gonna give you 1 minute, but now you're going to the audience.
You're not even black. How can I be racist? You're not even black.
Okay, next speaker, Amber, Abby, somebody who hasn't spoke. Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to speak to Randy's point about the whole, holding on to resentment and not moving on and just kind of dwelling on things. And what I wanted to say was, like, the Holocaust, I mean, of course it happened. It was terrible. We still talk about it. It's there in history books. We acknowledge it as a great injustice that was done. The difference with the Palestinian issue is that it's not like in the past right now. Like it is very much in the present. So it's not like we're dwelling on a past situation that happened. It's like a continuation, like it continues to happen, right? So I think it's not a matter of dwelling. It's more, trying to do something about it. Like they're pretty helpless. Israel, as we all know, is being really backed up financially and in every way with foreign governments to basically subdue a population that doesn't have the same resources. Yeah.
But wait a minute, you haven't heard of financial support for Gaza, for West Bank, for Palestinians? Do you know how many hundreds of billions of dollars have flown into their hands to help support them?
Right, there's something that is consistently not acknowledged that I tried to say, and then Randy tried to say, and we just nobody ever acknowledges it, which is that the Palestinians and much of the Arab Muslim world hates the Jews, and they don't want Israel to exist. They never accepted Israel even having a scrap of shitty land anywhere close to the Arab Muslim world. Their goal is not a two-state solution or even a one-state solution that involves peace. I mean, they talk online on Clubhouse all the time about the jizya and you're going to be a dhimmi and all this bullshit. And it's like, if they ever said we want peace to live alongside our Jews neighbors and wave at each other and have a cultural exchange, that would be fine. But even on Clown House, everybody talks endlessly about the Jews and the genocide and all the oppression of the Palestinians, and nobody ever acknowledges that the Palestinians never wanted peace and have never wanted peace, and all their leaders say they don't want peace, and they always are committed to, they say we'd rather die fighting the Jews in the battlefield than ever accept peace or migration. And so it's basically like a big conspiracy that nobody is acknowledging, and I think it would be easier to have this conversation if we could acknowledge that.
Is that?
Yes.
I don't deny that they're getting aid, right? There's aid that's set up to go towards helping the people, but the thing is, a lot of it is also being blocked, right? Like there's borders being blocked, they're not letting it get in, people are starving to death essentially, and I just feel like there needs to be a resolution towards that. Like well, what's the point of aid if it's just going bad in trucks because it's not allowed in? There's like IDF soldiers literally.
I think the Hamas rushes in and steals the aid and starts shooting people. There's like videos of them rushing the trucks and shooting people.
They get the aid, Hamas gets the aid, then sells it for profit, and the people starve. Although I tell you, I see a lot of footage of these markets in Gaza right now. I'll tell you one thing, the carnivals that they had when they released the Bebas bodies, the people don't look like they've been through a genocide. When you look at the Holocaust and you see these people, they're wiped out for years.
How many people were in that video?
I don't know, 1,000?
200.
Okay, so what? So they're feeding those people, those children who were out there celebrating?
No, there's 2 million people. People in the north don't have clean access to clean water, but this is irrelevant. The whole idea.
They were supposed to evacuate the north because the north is where.
Just finish real quickly. Just
okay.
The idea that we're dwelling on the past is funny, coming from people who say this was promised to us 2,000 years ago and we never forgot. You know.
No, it's not about promise. It's about archaeology. It's about if you trace the world.
Yeah, but why not move on? You know, like you had.
Wait a minute. I was responding to what you said. If you trace the world and find the earliest evidence of Hebrew writing, it comes from the land of Israel from a few thousand years ago. And so the Jews had a diaspora like other diasporic people, and they were scattered to the ends of the earth for thousands of years, and then eventually it culminated with the Holocaust, and that's the story of Israel. They said, where are we going to go? Should we go to Uganda? No, we might as well go back to where the earliest Hebrew tablets were found. That's the land of Israel. Let's go there. So originally, 2,000 years ago, the Jews said that God gave them the land, but the reality is, where are the Jewish people from? Whether they thought it was because God gave it to them or that's just where they were when they developed their cultural identity, that's where the Hebrew writing is from. So that's why the Jews want to go there.
I understand, but, you guys were coming before the Holocaust, first of all, and a lot of Jews actually...
Right, purchasing land from rich Arab landowners. That's how it was created.
Okay, Zach, let's just give Jack, I'm going to give you, Jack.
The idea that you never forgot.
Jack, I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Say whatever you want, and then we're going to move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, the idea that you guys never forgot, 2,000 years later, you were dwelling on it. Hey, this is where we're from. This is, we got to go here. We got to go here. It didn't start with the Holocaust. Started decades before that. And the other idea that Palestinians never wanted peace, dude, like, this is tired and old propaganda. Netanyahu has been bragging about killing the two-state solution for about 2 decades now. Yitzhak Rabin
but the Palestinians have been fighting for 80 years.
I'm trying to get this in 60 seconds. Yitzhak Rabin was literally murdered by an Israeli Jew to kill the peace deal. And the Palestinian Authority literally recognizes the state of Israel and says they have a right to exist. So whether the people accept it or not, the representation... the representatives of the people did, and you can say whatever about Hamas, but Netanyahu he's not an idiot, and he's very smart about how he's playing these politics, and his whole goal, and the Likud party's goal, is to never make a deal and have control over the land from river to the sea. It's literally in their charter.
Well, I wish I could say you have game respects game. I mean, but I agree with you. I think Netanyahu is a very intelligent human being, and in war and in peace and in politics. I mean, it's intelligence that wins the day. Awareness, mindfulness. Anyways, this is the Peace War Meme Podcast. Any other comments, questions, ideas, or opinions before termination?
Yeah, one more thing. Randy said that Jews never saw it to get revenge, but who is that one Jewish guy? Forget his name, but who was it?
He did not say that.
Wait. It was the guy who literally hunted Nazis around the world. Argentina went all over to try to find them, and as he should have. I mean, those guys were war criminals, right?
I meant, yes.
What was his name, Randy? I forgot.
I don't know. I can't do your research for you. But yes, let me be clear. Because you're twisting my words. Certainly Israel tried to catch the top Nazis. Without a doubt, the people with millions of deaths on their head. Don't deny that they tried to catch the top Nazis. But what they didn't do is well, they didn't try to poison all of Germany. They didn't go to the the Olympics and shoot up random. I'll finish. Yeah, they didn't
rockets to Germany.
Yeah, they didn't go to the Olympics and shoot random German athletes like the Palestinians did. They didn't hijack planes that were going to Germany and kill random people. They didn't go to cruise ships, push Germans off of ships. They had a very targeted approach to the Nazis. I hope that clarified it, Jack. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, the Nazi situation is different. They were literally occupied right after, and the U.S. took over. But had they, continued on in a major political way, you would see the same resentment. And actually, the Nazis actually acknowledged their crimes afterwards. The Israelis haven't, and I don't think they ever will, to be honest, because they just don't see the things they're doing as crimes.
Big difference. The Nazis were defeated. So there's your answer, you dummy.
Well, I just said that.
It's the nature of the crimes, too. I mean, please. Israel's basic crime is existing. According to Jack, it's the mere existence of Israel that's the major crime. The existence of a Jewish state. The Nazis' crime was not existing.
Zach, do not bring resistance back up onto the stage. Anybody who comes up here and calls somebody a pedophile is projecting their own fucking sick demons onto other people. So resistance, you can live in hell, you piece of shit.
Yeah, he needs to understand that there's repercussions of walking around calling people pedos. This is the way he was raised, and I'm sorry for him. But he can't behave like this with other people. He can behave like that with his parents and his family. I'm sure he does, but not with civilized people.
Yeah, so next time resistance, say allegedly.
Well,
Thomas, he doesn't know what that means.
how's the baby?
Very good. But we'll not hijack the room for that.
Oh my god, let's change the topic. It's always the same shit anyway.
Abby, what song did I have playing in that video?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that. It was something with the Traveler, some punchy music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, thank you. That's what it is. Yeah, it's Traveler by Chris Stapleton.
Yes.
I'll listen to it.
But I don't know which song that was.
It's called Traveler.
Oh, that's. I thought it was the album.
No, it's a song Traveler. I'm pretty sure. Either that, I was either playing Fire, because I was playing Fire Away on repeat. But I'm pretty sure it's Traveler. I see the sunrise creeping. Maybe that would have. Yeah.
I don't know. I just listened.
Well, because somebody stole my notebook, and so I don't have those letters anymore. I had to find that video. I'm pretty sure I have it on.
What were the circumstances? You got robbed in New York, or what happened there?
Either I got I don't know why I didn't just take an Uber from New Jersey to JFK, and why I didn't just go home from Newark, but I really wanted to just see the JFK airport. And so I took a taxi instead of, it was like $200. I took a taxi from Newark to JFK, and by the time I got to Newark, because I put my money in my Quran, I put my credit cards, my ID, in a little Quran, and I travel with a Quran. It's like a pocket-sized Quran. When I got there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home, because I just didn't have a good time in Newark. When I was going home, I go up to, because I had a first class ticket, so I went to the first class side to go home, and it was just bars. I'm like, I don't have my ID, but they didn't take me through the process of how you do your ID and all that stuff, which I did later, and I could have gone home, but saved myself the embarrassment of everything that happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I left the Quran in the taxi, or if because I had it.
Did you call the taxi company?
I've tried. I'm gonna call right now and see if they have it, but because I need my driver's license, I need to go make a new one. I have more videos from that night. Did I only post one video that night, or
you posted a video in your hotel room and you went to your truck. That would be
naked in a towel crying or something?
No, not in a towel, in a
sheets.
In the bed sheets.
Before.
Bed sheets. Like
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, because I was just like reliving trauma. It's okay.
Have you ever been to
We all
therapy?
been there.
You ever get therapy?
She's in therapy. I'm gonna get into that.
Baggage.
I'm actually I'm trying to be as proactive as possible because clearly I was having a mental health episode. So I'm trying to be as proactive as possible for court. So I'm trying to get into an outpatient program on Monday. Well, anyway, my thing about the previous, I wanted to tell you you should watch the movie Enter the Void by Gaspar Noé. You gave me those vibes. Yeah, maybe go into the film industry whenever you feel better. I know, because because Diego loves movies, you might think I'm just saying this because of Diego, but no, I know. Yeah, you were impressing. No, I mean, me and Edmund were impressed. We were like, wow, that was good.
She's being facetious, Princessia. Take care of yourself.
I swear on everything, I'm not being facetious. Hey, Abby. I mean it. Hi, little Haiti.
Hi, little Haiti.
Hey. I mean it, and you know how much I don't like you, Nora. But after that video, you can listen back to Edmund's recording. I always feel like it's fine to always reconcile and build. I have pretty much like amnesia, so I forget pretty quickly. So I would like a truce with you and to unblock each other, if that's okay with you. I just unblocked you.
What, do you think there's like some kind of long-term value in these short-term dopamine feedbacks? Okay.
Let's try for the 100th time. But, I mean, at the end of the day. You're like Israel and Palestine. It's
at the end of the day. What happens at the end of the day? Because
honestly, that's
constantly everybody on Clubhouse is always talking about the end of the day. What is the end of the day?
The end of the day is the end of the day. I'm right. You're the one who represented him today. Well, Abby, talking about Jazzy. Abby, what I was saying, I had met a girl who actually makes film on this, because I consume more visual than I read, though I like to read, but I don't really read. I'm just not a reader. I like to watch documentaries, and I watch a lot of documentaries, or I used to. So I kind of want to share and express myself through the medium of a visual medium. So I don't know if you've seen the Palestinian video I made. Let me share it. I'll share it.
Don't you think even at this point that the Palestinians should just be like, all right, we're good, like no more fighting, we'll take this, we're good? Or they really think that they want to like destroy Israel?
Zach, haven't you ever made a bad decision and you can't back off of it and you're going down with the ship?
Put it on the top.
Right, it's called a lost cause fallacy. Just put in the chat. Put the link in the chat.
Chat's closed. Yeah, but
the chat's closed. Well, you can send it to me.
Yeah, you two can connect offline in the real world. Maybe you can really create the real peace that you're supposedly talking about.
I just messaged it to you, so can you on the Instagram, can you share it? So this is a video that I made in a voiceover that I have of information about Palestine, but it's from an intimate place because it ends with my family in the grave. Did you get it, Zach? Oh, you put it.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat.
Okay, Zach, how about we finish this room up with some Tao and Tanya?
Yeah, Tao and Tanya. I did some Tao. I've got the Tanya.
Okay, go ahead. Read a page from Tanya.
Poems from God.
Well, you don't accept donations, everyone, just like Jazzy?
No, motherfucker, I got a hair braiding business that supports me and my family.
I'll take care of my children.
Fuck you, Randy, you fucking racist white motherfucker!
No, that's just a Chris Rock bit. I'm sorry, I didn't know. There's nothing racist. It's a famous Chris Rock bit.
That's my bit.
You know, you're
expectation for such a funny bit.
Okay. This is called the candle of God. The self is a candle of God. The self is a flickering flame, striving to separate itself from the wick. Despite all its attachments to matter and mood, once awake to wisdom, the self yearns to abandon itself and be emptied to God. Self and selfishness cry, "Feed me." Yet even when fed, they are called dead, for they die without wisdom. As it says in Job 4:21. Wisdom gives life, Ecclesiastes 7:12, and rests even in the wicked. Wisdom gives life and rests even in the wicked. Though hidden from them by their obsession with the self, wisdom can be found, as it is written, "Then God awakened as one out of sleep," which is from Psalm 78. Note, the awakening of God is the waking to God through wisdom. At that moment, all shells become transparent, as it is written, "All nations are as nothing before God, and evil dissolves as wax melts before a flame." Now the commentary. God embraces all reality, even the ego, insisting it is apart
Instead
from
of grabbing
rather than
drinks,
a part of God,
let's
is not left
do
behind.
something active together.
Indeed, God manifests as seemingly separate selves in order to shine the light of unity in the world of diversity. The true purpose of the ego is to become a flame of God, illuminating the presence of God in and as all seemingly separate things. Yet do not imagine as often the newly awakened soul does, that God is on one side rather than the other, or that God is other than the shells of self, the needs of the body, or the passions of the heart. God is all of this. And the ego must feed them. But the awakened soul must feed them with wisdom, not hatred, with wisdom. The awakened soul, or neshama, the ego, must feed them with wisdom. That is, it must uplift the physical and emotional dimensions of life in service to the whole. Think of how different that is than Psalms 139, which we read earlier, where it was like, God, like, feed my hatred. I think it actually said, feed my hatred or something.
No, that was at the end. It was basically talking about the... Yeah, Psalm 139 is about how God is everywhere. God knows you. God is like in you, like in the darkness. There's still light.
Right. But at the end it says, "Do I not hate those who hate you? Do I not loathe them?" But on that subject, let's see if I can find. I don't know if I could turn immediately to it in the dot yet. But there's a lot like. Let me find one. Hang on. Because it's like
Nora, this is a relaxation. Just listen, take a deep breath. Zach, when you read a meditation, you gotta tell people to take a deep breath.
Okay.
You're really creepy in the army.
No high or low in God. There was one that I read to Edmund the other day that I can't find right now, but it was about, do you remember that, John? It was a couple weeks ago where it was like, basically it was like love the moron. It was like, you have to love the moron.
I don't know, it doesn't make a difference. Just read anything. The show is wrapping up.
Okay, all right, take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. I see Debbie. piece and say, I am a flower.
I'm a flower.
I'm a flower. All right, this is called bringing light into the darkness. Even in the strongest seeker or in-betweener, evil is never totally vanquished. Yet there are times, especially during the Shema and the Amidah, or when in deep moments of prayer, when you are completely surrendered to God, your intellect awash in sublime ecstasy and emptied in deep contemplation of the infinite spaciousness of the endless one. At such moments, evil is overcome and nullified. When the ecstasy passes, the selfish passions return. The irascibility returns. The erratic behavior returns. When the ecstasy of prayer passes, the crash outs return, the outbursts return. When the ecstasy passes, the selfish passions return. Yet everyone is born with the capacity to turn these passions toward Hashem, or God, or Allah. Everyone is born with the capacity to turn these passions toward God. As it is written, then I saw the wisdom surpasses folly, as light surpasses darkness, which is from Ecclesiastes. I saw that wisdom surpasses folly, as light surpasses darkness. Being smart surpasses being a moron, as light obviously surpasses darkness every day. As light effortlessly defeats darkness, so wisdom effortlessly defeats being a moron. The in-betweener effortlessly defeats evil, yet the negative thoughts continue to arise. So Psalm says, do I not hate those, basically, who have negative thoughts? If you don't love God, you have negative thoughts, I hate you. I loathe those who do not love you. But this book says, when the ecstasy of prayer passes, everybody has selfish passions that return. But when you have those passions, you can turn them toward God, as it is written, do not dwell upon such thoughts, but thrust them aside with both hands, countering the selfish with the selfless. Do not think of yourself, only be selfless. Counter the selfish with the selfless, refraining from anger and offering kindness, even to those who offend you. The commentary. A seeker or in-betweener is not sometimes good and sometimes evil, but rather forever engaged in bringing selfish passions under the influence of selfless service. While this sounds like a life of inner struggle, the way itself is in fact effortless. Just as a burning candle doesn't struggle against the darkness, but effortlessly keeps it at bay, so you are not to fight your selfish nature, or hate your selfish nature, or kill your selfish neighbor. You only have to kindle the flame of kindness. Refraining from anger and offering kindness to everyone are how you live the way of the seeker, or as it is known in the Tanya, the in-betweener.
Oh, well, thank you for reading. I wish that you didn't see Psalm 139 the way you're seeing it, but I appreciate it.
I'm triggered by the word hate.
Yeah, I understand. But
Do you want to read anything, Princessia?
I would love to, but I can't really read right now. My mind isn't very focused.
I'm pretty sure you could if you wanted to.
Okay, what should I read?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 minutes. Go ahead. Then I'm going to end the show.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم.
Okay, I'm going to read from the book of Rumi, and then I'm going to end the room. Thanks for chanting that. I thought that was very peaceful. And, I just hope more peace and love and joy comes into your heart, into your mind, into your life, because, the meaning of life is peace and joy and happiness. And, a lot of toxic people on this app want to destroy your life by essentially projecting their own disease, discontentment into your life. Take ownership of the communication and, take ownership of your life. And go to the gym and read a book, fatty. I'm joking, but I'm not joking, A book and the gym will solve a lot of your problems. Okay, I'm going to read you some Rumi, and then we'll do last comments. And then I will send you your therapy bill in the mail with a return addressed envelope. I don't pay for the stamp. You'll have to pay for the stamp yourself with your check for your free therapy session. And I hope you enjoyed it. This is called Inshallah. So take the deepest breath of the day through your nose. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let it go. Some people work and become wealthy. Others do the same and remain poor. Marriage fills one with energy. Another, it drains. Don't trust ways. They change. A means flails about like a donkey's tail. Always add the gratitude clause, if God wills, then proceed. You may be leading a donkey, no, a goat, no, who can tell? We sit in a dark pit and think we're home. We pass around delicacies, poisoned bait. You think this is preachy double talk? Those who do not breathe the God-willing phrase live in a collective blindness. Rubbing their eyes in the dark, they ask, who's there? This is called thinking and the heart's mystical way. A peaceful face twists with a poisonous nail of thinking. A golden spade sinks into a pile of dung. Suppose you loosen an intellectual knot. The sack is empty. You've grown old trying to untie such tightenings. So loosen a few more. Why not? There is a big one fastened at your throat. The problem of whether you're in harmony with that which has no definition. Solve that. You examine substance and accidents. You waste your life making subject and verb agree. You edit hearsay. You study artifacts and think you know the maker. So proud of having figured the derivation. Like a scientist, you collect data and put facts together to come to some conclusion. Mystics arrive at what they know differently. They lay a head upon a person's chest and drift into the answer. Thinking gives off smoke to prove the existence of fire. A mystic sits inside the burning. There are wonderful shapes in rising smoke that imagination loves to watch. But it's a mistake to leave the fire for that filmy sight. Stay here at the flame's core. Okay, this is called paradox. Paradoxes: best wakefulness and sleep, wealth in having nothing, a pearl necklace fastened around an iron collar, fire contained in boiling water, revenues growing from funds flowing out. Giving is gainful employment. It brings in money. Taking time for ritual prayer and meditation saves time. Sweet fruit hide in leaves. Dung becomes food for the ground and generative power in trees. Non-existence contains existence. Love encloses beauty. Brown flint and gray steel have orange candlelight in them. Inside, fear, safety. In the black pupil of the eye, many brilliancies. Inside the body cow, a handsome prince. Empty boat, some huge work goes on growing. How could one person's words matter? Where you walk, heads pop from the ground. What is one seed head compared to you? On my death day, I'll know the answer. I have cleared this house so that your work can, when it comes, fill every room. I slide like an empty boat pulled over the water. Whereabouts unknown, every moment a taste of that beauty in our mouths, another stashed in a pocket. Impossible to say what. No cypress so handsome, no sunlight, a lonely hiddenness. Other pleasure gathers a crowd, starts a fight, lots of noise there. But soul, beauty stays quiet. Shams and his amazing whereabouts unknown inside my heart. The level of words. God has said the images that come with human language do not correspond to me, but those who love words must use them to come near. Just remember, it's like saying of the king, he's not a weaver. Is that praise? Whatever such a statement is. Words are on that level of God knowing. Okay, that's roomy. All right, I'm going to end the room. Hope you have a great day. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. And go in peace. Talk to you soon.
Bye.